has CeeDee Lamb playing running back. That's absolutely ridiculous. Sometimes, even the best coaches make boneheaded plays, boneheaded decisions. But I thought that the Dallas Cowboys offense, being as anemic as it was, took a lot of pressure off Caleb Williams, a lot of pressure off of that Chicago Bears offense, and you got a better version of them than what we had seen in the previous 2 weeks.
So are you out on Caleb Williams altogether?
No, I didn't say I was out on Caleb Williams.
I'm asking you.
No, I didn't. First of all, let's be clear about one thing. I was the one preaching patience for Caleb Williams even after last week's loss. I was telling everybody, just be patient with Caleb Williams. It's only the second game with head coach Ben Johnson. New system, new verbiage, a lot of new learnings, a lot of new personnel around him. There's just a lot of new. So I told everybody, be patient with him. Let's let this thing fully bake before we make an assessment of it. But it feels like everybody is now going to the opposite end of the spectrum, and we want to crown Caleb Williams. There is baked into that a little bit of confirmation bias because this guy was the unanimous #1 overall pick. Pretty much every talent evaluator said that he should be the #1 quarterback in the 2024 draft class. And so when he puts together a performance like this with 4 touchdown passes, no picks, 19-28, we all want to jump on board and we all want to believe in him because we all don't want to be wrong about what our assessment of him was coming into the league. What I am telling you is, based on what I saw yesterday, he has got to be better. He has got to be more consistent down to down. The splash plays are great, but that's not where the game is won and lost. The game is won and lost with your quarterback being consistent and making the layups, making the throws that he should make in order to sustain drives. If Caleb Williams can't do that more consistently, then this Bears team is going to be hard-pressed to get out of the cellar of the NFC North.
Yeah, I just, from my perspective, I don't expect him to be the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't expect him to be perfect. I think he's, as I've said all along, I think he's in year 1 of his career, and I expect him to improve week to week. Last week, that interception drove me nuts. Yesterday, he didn't turn the ball over by way of interception. He threw 4 touchdowns against a bad defense, and they won. To me, that's improvement. What?
No, I'm still stuck on the part where you say you don't expect him to be the best quarterback in the NFL.
I don't.
He was the #1 overall pick in a draft that saw 6 quarterbacks go in the first 12 picks.
Right. And I passed on Jaden Daniels for him.
But if you're just thinking logically, when was the last time the #1 overall pick was the best quarterback in the NFL?
It's been a minute.
Peyton Manning?
For a minute, not for long, but for a minute. Top 2, but
Peyton Manning won 5 MVPs. At some point, he was considered the best quarterback in the NFL.
But if you just think about the best quarterbacks in the NFL, they're just the best quarterbacks of the NFL, regardless of where they're drafted, right? So I don't look at Caleb and think like he has to be the best quarterback in the NFL because he's #1. I think he has to be good enough to get his team to the playoffs every year. That's where you start, and I think that progress is where we're looking at now. The flip side, and obviously we'll have more time on this, excuse me, moving forward. But I don't know what the Cowboys are supposed to be exactly. Like, I'm not sure, are they supposed to be good this year? Are they not supposed to be good? I have no understanding of what. No, it's like, at least the Bears, I know, here's what the Bears' game plan is. Get Caleb better every week, so as you said, they don't even have to think about drafting a quarterback in the next 5 years. Forget next year, next 5 years, right? That's their goal. That's pretty clear. What is the goal of the Dallas Cowboys this year?
Well, when you
making money, I know, but outside of that.
When you move on from your best player very close to the beginning of the season, do you expect them to be Super Bowl contenders? No. Do you expect them to be that competitive? No.
Yeah, and then they lost Kenny Clark in that game for a time. CeeDee Lamb was injured, didn't return in that game. So, yeah, a couple of key cogs were out for the Dallas Cowboys. Not their best showing by any means. I will still contend that this Cowboys offense, when CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are on the field at the same time, is going to be formidable. Now, George Pickens has got to find a way to be more consistent in catching passes. If he doesn't, this offense, this team ain't going nowhere.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and a member FDIC. Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Hey there, landowners. Owning land is a lot of work, and we all dread the upkeep and maintenance, especially when help is hard to find.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I can help with it all. If you're tired of the runaround, call D&M Farm Service, where honesty and experience meets your land needs. I'm the handshake behind the D&M, and I'm asking you for the opportunity to earn your business.
Forestry, mulching and clearing, driveways, pond banks, bush hogging, ditching, fencing, tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding. You name it, call Mike. He's got your land covered. No job too small.
Owning land's tough, but we make it easier. Honest, reliable, and dependable service. From one landowner to another, D&M Farm Services has you covered. Let D&M Farm Services be the helping hand with your land.
Call or text for free estimates and let them make your land maintenance a little easier. D&M Farm Service. Phone 843-496-0703. That's 843-496-0703. When the Friday night lights dim, the high school scoreboard with Phil Kornbluth is just warming up. Catch the high school scores every Friday night on 96.3 ESPN Radio. Sponsored by Rivals, A Store Divided, FTC, Sumter Behavioral Health Services, USC Sumter, and Heinz Furniture. For your team's score, catch the high school scoreboard on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Tailgate like a pro with help from Chick-fil-A Irby Street. From nugget trays to cool wraps, mac and cheese, and those crave-worthy chocolate chunk cookies, they've got your tailgate needs covered. Need it fast? Order on the Chick-fil-A app and earn points every time you order. They're open Monday through Saturday, 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Chick-fil-A Irby Street, your go-to for catering, tailgates, and everything delicious.
The Eastern Carolina Agricultural Fair is coming October 30th through November 9th at the fairgrounds by FMU. Rides, food, dinosaurs, acrobats, even the world's strongest men. Don't miss it. For daily events and ticket information, visit ecafair.com.
Not all kids with crooked teeth can afford braces. Luckily, there's donated orthodontic services from the American Association of Orthodontists. Kids who qualify can be matched with a volunteer orthodontist. Visit aaoinfo.org.
This weather update is brought to you by Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, the punctual plumber.
Go with the flow, the local pros call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
I'm WMBF First Alert Meteorologist Andrew Dockery. Temperatures sitting in the low to mid-80s today. You will notice more clouds around today. We'll transition into the middle of the week, once again holding on to temperatures in the mid-80s for the beaches, into the 90s as we move inland. All of that before some better rain chances arrive for the end of the work week.
Live from the Florence Toyota Studios, this is WOLH Florence. Sports fans, you found 96.3 ESPN Radio. And now, it's time for the Carolina Sports Entertainment Authority, live from the Community Broadcasters Complex in Florence, on affiliate radio stations throughout the PD and worldwide at thepressboxradio.com and Facebook Live. Here's your two-time NSSA South Carolina Sportscaster of the Year, the bad boy of sports radio, Alan Smothers.
Live from the Eastern Command Center. It's the bad boy of sports radio, alongside my trusty partner, MJ Matt Jordan. He's inside the Florence Toyota Studios, and we want you to join us on the Mickey Finn's offensive line, 843-407-5812, because we're going to get to coaches and quarterbacks today, but another bloody Saturday. Another bloody Saturday. and this week look worse than last week. And I'm going to get to that. I promise. We are going to get to that. We're going to talk all morning long about the I don't know how you explain what Clemson is on defense and what South Carolina isn't on offense. But we'll talk about that in a moment. MJ doesn't even know this. Remember last week, MJ, when I said if you broadcast long enough, you'll see everything?
Yeah.
Well, I saw something, or I experienced something on Friday night that I won't ever forget and hope I never see again.
Uh-oh.
Hope I never experience again. My statistician that sits in the booth with Coach Jordan and I had a heart attack.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a weird-ass night, to say the least. It was about midway through. If you watch the game on CW21 on Friday night, you'll know when it happened because I lost. For about a half an hour, I was messed up. I was not. I might have been someplace else, to be honest with you. My mind was not there. My statistician, I probably shouldn't call his name because it's not a. I don't want to, people to freak out and call him, or if you know him, if you know him, you probably know already. But midway through the first quarter, I'm calling the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching. I'm leaning out because at Lake City, that's where we were Friday night at Ward Memorial Stadium in historic Lake City. And the windows, they finally, we were able to open the windows completely. So we didn't need air conditioning on Friday night. So we had the windows open, and I was leaning out because you couldn't see the left-hand side of the stadium. We were in the right side of the booth, so you couldn't see towards the scoreboard side of the stadium. So I'm leaning out the window, watching to the left side of me, where Coach Jordan always stands to the right side of me. Yeah, we stand up most of the time. Sometimes we're sitting, but most of the time we're standing, calling the game. So he stands to the right of me, and our statistician sits to the left of him. I'm sorry, to the right of him. All right? So it's me, Coach Jordan, and our stats guy. Well, I'm leaning out the window looking to my left. And Coach Jordan goes, hey. And I'm, what? And he points to our stats guy who is face down on the table in front of us, or whatever. And it's because his grandson, who is with him, he always brings his grandson with him. And he sits in the booth with us. He's a good kid. Well, I was so proud of that kid Friday night. He didn't flip out. He was probably as calm as any of us. And he talked to his mom, which is our stats guy's daughter. And, she came to Lake City to the hospital. And they finally, but when he's face down on the table, Chuck tells me, and it was not good. Let's just leave it at that. It was not good And because his grandson had poked Chuck in the arm and pointed at his grandfather. He didn't lose his mind. He didn't scream or, do anything. He was very, very calm, and I was proud of the kid because I'd been losing my mind. If it had been my granddaddy, I'd have been losing my mind. So after about, I don't know, we yelled out the window. They went to a break right in the middle of the game because, we were saying, hey, we need some medical help here. And the people in Lake City, if you were at the game Friday night and you were on the Lake City side, God bless every one of you, because they didn't freak out either. They helped, and the principal, Cook, I believe is his name. Let me make sure I get it right because I want to thank him for his leadership. The principal at Lake City, Jason Cook. That's what a leader, that's what a principal is supposed to be. A guy that's firmly in charge, doesn't freak out, he's calm under pressure. And Jason Cook and the staff at Lake City that were at the game on Friday night, thank you for, because we thought we'd lost him. We thought he was gone because they did CPR on my man right there in the booth behind us. We kind of moved over so the fire and rescue, and that's another one. Fire and rescue in Lake City. Great job. Great job. You saved a man's life. In fact, our producer director was talking to him on Saturday morning, and he said, "Yeah, my chest hurts real bad," but he was back. They got him to the hospital. I don't know if they had to shock him or what, because I don't know the details, but he's alive today because of the great work by the fire and rescue people in Lake City and the Lake City school district, the Lake City fan base. All came, they all got together. I mean, it was a amazing concerted effort, and they must have pushed on his chest for damn near 15 minutes before they finally put him on the gurney and got him into the ambulance and took him to the Lake City hospital. And when they put him in the ambulance, they even said they thought he was gone. Well, I thought he was dead right there in the booth with me. So, but he's not. Praise God. Praise God that he's back, and his chest hurts. I mean, they pushed on his chest, MJ.
Yeah.
For it seemed like an eternity right there in the floor behind us while we were calling the game, because the show must go on.
Yep.
And my director, producer was telling me, don't say a word, don't say anything, don't say anything. I'm going, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? You want me to describe what the fire and rescue squad is doing behind me?
Yeah.
While I'm calling the game? So you can tell, I think it happened at about the 11-minute mark of the first quarter. somewhere in there, 10 minutes. So the game had basically just started. And I think I said midway through the first. I think it was a minute or two gone in the first quarter. So we had to call the rest of the game, not knowing what our friend, who's a good man, he's an older gentleman, but he's a good man. He's always been a friend to all of us. Never a bad word, discouraging word has been heard from this gentleman. And he is a gentleman. And we don't know what this. Now, we got updates throughout the game from his daughter and from the, rescue squad. So by the end of the game, we knew that he had been revived and he was up and talking. They said he didn't remember any of it. I guess not. I mean, it just, like I said, MJ, you broadcast long enough,
Yeah.
you're going to see damn near everything.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, I'll even throw in another one because Woody told me this story off the air on Saturday. They had a guy over in Dillon. Of course, Hartsville was at Dillon this week. And they put...
How entertaining was that game?
That was a great game. But
like 62 to 35?
But here's the thing. There was a guy before the game.
Uh-huh.
You could tell he was intoxicated.
Okay.
Which is embarrassing. You're drunk at a high school football game. That should be the shameful part of your life to begin with. Well, anyways, he is cussing out all the Hartsville players to the extent that Dillon fans tap Woody on the shoulder and goes, "Hey, can you get the AD get this dude out of here?" So he does. And there's a reason why I'm telling the story is because when he left after he was asked to leave, he hit two cars and got into a chase with the cops.
No.
Yeah.
In Dillon?
In Dillon. So
that's not a good place.
If you're wondering, yes, that guy who crashed in Dillon running from the cops was the guy that was asked to be escorted
football game
out of a football game, and he was tanked before kick. How sad is your life? I don't have an update on his condition, by the way. I honestly don't.
Okay.
But how sad is your life if you are getting tanked before a high school football game?
Well, I was in Hartsville one time, and I may have been a little bit out of it. But I wasn't driving, so thank God.
Yeah.
I didn't, I didn't do all that. But be that as it may, again, it's weird. That's almost as good a story as mine. But, but that just know that it's not fun when someone that you care about or is working with you has a heart attack while doing their job. I mean, think about this. He had his grandson with him. What if that had happened on the drive home?
Oh.
Or whatever.
You don't ever want. I mean, those are things you never want to think about.
You don't want to think about it. But again, let me say thank you to the Lake City Fire and Rescue Squad, Lake City High School principal and staff, and Lake City fans. I've even had, we had a couple of fans come up and ask, and so I gave them my card, and they've texted me over the weekend asking how the gentleman was doing, and it appears he's going to be fine because he's in his 70s. All right, so this is not like a surprise deal or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just shocking when it happens and he's sitting right next to you. right?
Yeah. No, I mean,
I mean, you look right next to you, and yeah, I mean, we didn't know if it was a stroke or it was a heart attack. That they were speculating the whole time, but it appears that the folks at the hospital told us that it was a mild heart attack, but he doesn't remember any of it. He doesn't remember nothing. I guess after he, went face down on the desk.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember the CPR or any of that. But his chest hurts real bad. And I would imagine so because they bumped on him. They pushed on his chest damn near 15 minutes, like I said. But that's the great thing about them. They never gave up. They never gave up.
Mm-mm.
And because we thought he was gone. When he left that booth, we thought it was over. But they obviously, those are, angels of mercy. They never gave up. And so thank you to those folks for doing what they did. Now, let's talk about, do you fire Tom Allen now? Should just go ahead and fire him now and be done with it? Because Clemson's defense can't stop anybody.
No, they cannot.
They can't stop a nosebleed right now. I mean, we're talking Peter Woods, T.J. Parker, Avian Terrell, DeMonte Capehart, Sammy Brown, Wade Woodass. The first three are supposed to be first-round draft picks. And they can't stop anybody. Syracuse ran through them like toilet paper. What is that?
I can't explain this.
I mean, I don't know football, but I know what I saw on Saturday was embarrassing.
I'm with you. I'm not the football expert, but when this team plays SMU and Miami,
oh my God!
Ouch!
Even after losing last week to Georgia Tech, which is a really good team, I thought, okay, they'll recover and they'll still win the ACC, still go to the playoffs.
Right.
Now, you know what the Athletic wrote this morning?
Oh, they're done?
No, this was a quote from the Athletic. That North Carolina, as bad as they played, they got their ass whipped by Central. Ass whipped. The Athletic says, hey, Tar Heels' next game looks winnable. Guess who they play?
Sarah Clemson?
No, they play Clemson.
Or Stana Clemson?
They play Clemson. After a week off, they play Clemson.
Clem Ford. Because, God, they look as bad as Syracuse right now.
Well, yeah, I mean,
or not
that's
Syracuse, but Stanford.
Stanford, yeah, but no. Syracuse just ate their lunch. I think Clemson stopped them on one drive after they were down 10-0. Amazing play by Fran Brown. Amazing, or Fran, what's his name? Is that right? The coach Syracuse, right. Whatever his name is. A smart and excellent execution of the onside kick after they scored the opening touchdown. They onside kicked and got it, then kicked the field goal. So Clemson was down 10-0 before they touched the football. And they did stop them like after that, but then it was an onslaught. After the lightning delay, that was ridiculous as well. Sun was shining. Not not a raindrop in sight, but because there was lightning within 8 miles. I hate that. That's the worst rule ever. 8 miles. How the hell do you know what it is? How far the lightning is away? 8 miles. Stop it. Damn Weather Channel. What's that bald-headed geek that everybody hates to see come to town?
Oh, yeah. That guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. Was stupid.
Oh, Jim Cantori.
Cantori, yeah.
Good thing
Okay.
Sassy Cat isn't listening. She cussed you
Cantori
out.
must have been in town. Because there was lightning, but not a drop of rain. The damn sun was shining.
I was sitting there Saturday afternoon going, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't know. But be that as it may. And then don't get me started on South Carolina's offense. -9 yards rushing.
Well, if we get you started on South Carolina's offense, that's further than they got.
Yeah, they didn't, their offense didn't get started either.
Winless in New York City. Good morning. I'm Jay Reynolds. Chiefs avoid an 0-3 start to the season. They pick up their first win. It's a 22-9 win over the Giants in the Sunday night game. Giants are still winless. So are the Jets. Tampa Bay rallies for a 29-27 win. Bucks have scored go-ahead points in the final minute of regulation in 3 straight games. Bucks, one of 6 remaining unbeatens at 3-0. Eagles, who survived against the Rams by blocking a field goal try on the final play and returning it for a touchdown to beat the Rams, who led by as much as 19. Niners get a game-winning 35-yarder at the gun to beat Arizona and stay unbeaten. Chargers a 43-yarder at the end to beat Denver. Colts beat the Titans. They're 3-0 for the first time since 2009. Buffalo won on Thursday to start Week 3. 6 teams remain winless. The 2 in New York. Tennessee, which lost to the Colts. Houston, a 17-10 loss to the Jags. Silver lining, perhaps. Texans are the most recent team to start 0-3 and make the playoffs. That was 2018. Saints are 0-3. They fall to Seattle by 31. Bears get their first win. They beat Dallas 31-14.
We just didn't play well. We really didn't, and told the guys that. And this could be a humbling business. If you don't take care of business, you don't play well, then you're not going to win.
Dallas coach Brian Schottenheimer. Cowboys also losing CeeDee Lamb to an ankle injury in the second quarter. Browns get their first win, 13-10 over the Packers on a 55-yard walk-off field goal. Vikings rout the Bengals in the battle of backup quarterbacks. Steelers by a touchdown over the Patriots. A couple of touchdown passes for Aaron Rodgers. Baseball, this is the final week of the regular season. Cleveland has its 10-game win streak snapped, but they stay within a game of Detroit in the division. Mariners sweep the Astros. Cal Raleigh hits number 58. Reds win. Mets lose. They're essentially tied for the final wild card, but Cincinnati holds the tiebreaker. WNBA, Asia Wilson captures an unprecedented 4th MVP. Fever beat the Aces in Game 1 of the semifinal series. Lynx over the Mercury to take the opener of their series.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout. Now with harder-hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
Daddy, daddy, daddy. Good Monday morning to you. Overreaction Monday again?
We're putting more effort into this show than Clemson and South Carolina both showed
Oh.
this weekend. Good Lord.
I mean, and Clemson's offense wasn't all that bad. I mean, they gained more yards than Syracuse.
Oh, all the numbers. If you take out turnovers, all the numbers say that Clemson should have won that game by 40.
Right. I mean, if you just looked at the numbers and you don't look at the scoreboard, offensively, you think Clemson won.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so far from the truth, it ain't even funny. Because the defense, with 3 first-team NFL draft picks, first round NFL draft picks, couldn't stop anybody. I mean, and I said to MJ during the break that I think it was college football final or something, they put up these graphics on the screen. Brent Pry from Virginia Tech, 0-3, fired after the first game. Deshaun Foster, or after the third game. Deshaun Foster, 0-3, fired after the third game. And then they put up Dabo Sweeney next to it. 1-3. First time in his career. 17 years, they're 1-3. Like, were they insinuating that Clemson might fire him? Are you kidding me?
They're going to take out several bank loans, first of all.
Yeah. So, Tiger fans, I know you're upset. I get it. I would be too. If I were a Clemson fan, I'm not, but if I were, I would be upset too.
Mad. Yeah, I'd be a little mad.
I'd be ready to fire Tom Allen. I would. I mean, if somebody's getting fired, Tom Allen should be getting fired. Because that defense stinks.
No, you're right.
It looks like it's gotten worse instead of better.
Yeah, I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt when it came to LSU and Georgia Tech. It's like, okay,
right.
New defensive coordinator. There's probably new terminology, new schemes. You know, maybe they haven't completely figured it out yet, but after watching Saturday,
you don't lose your talent. I mean, they haven't forgotten how to play football. I mean, that just eventually. Now again, you can't just run off half-cocked and do your own thing because they'll put you on the bench. But eventually, you got to say, I'm headhunting. I'm not gonna run this zone defense thing. I'm going after the football. I'm not going to play my role. I'm going to go tackle somebody. They didn't tackle no damn body on Saturday.
It's funny to me how you have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. Both have taken teams deep into the playoffs. One took them to a national championship game. The other one was in the semifinal last year.
Yeah, well.
And both of them look like they can't coach their way out of a wet paper bag right now.
Well, like I said, Clemson's offense played well enough to win the game, but the defense just couldn't do anything. Now, on the other side, or across town in Columbia, they just, or Columbia, Missouri, that is. South Carolina's offense was anemic. I've gotten fired for using that term before, calling Western Carolina's offense anemic.
Okay.
But South Carolina's offense was anemic. -9 yards rushing, really?
When you have probably one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the country?
I don't know what – and, I mean, hell, Lenoris was in trouble running the football. I think he was like 17 carries for 37 yards.
That offensive line is just
17 carries for 37 yards?
Yeah.
Now you have to subtract a lot of
sacks.
Yeah, sacks. He got how many sacks did they get?
Oh God, I got to bring up the box score because I can't.
Yeah, I've got the box scores here too, but oh my God, it just was ridiculous. Okay, Lenoris Sellers, 5 sacks. 5 sacks. I know we've been saying for weeks now that South Carolina's offensive line is terrible. But you can't, I mean, Lenoris is too good of a scrambler to get sacked 5 times. I'm not putting it on him. I'm saying it is the offensive line, but 5 sacks?
I'm looking at the rushing numbers right now.
Right.
Which really shows me how inept a offensive line is. Matt Fuller and Oscar Attaway led the way with 7 yards. Your leading rusher had 7 yards, not even a first down.
Right. Again, I'm sure that both coaches, Coach Sweeney and Coach Beamer, are scratching their head, going, what do we do here? I get it. But their players, especially at Clemson, those players are too good to have Syracuse run all over you. But I'm not harping on that aside from or to avoid my team's troubles on Saturday. See, just the first of 2 games, MJ. We don't lose just 1 game. We're not supposed to lose. We lose 2 every year. Every single year. We lose 2 games we're not supposed to lose. We lost to Duke. And in an embarrassing fashion. We couldn't stop Duke either. Duke just kicked our ass. All right? But it wasn't as funny as the Tar Heels. Central, boy, Chapel Bill made his bed, and he had to go down to Orlando to lay in it, and UCF just stomped on the Tar Heels. And guess what was going on before the game?
What was going on?
This is the best line of the day. Maybe the best line of the year in college football. I don't know who did it. It was some, random tweet. But Jordan was on the field with Chapel Bill before the game.
Again?
Right? In knee-high boots, stiletto heels, by the way, on the field. Knee-high boots, little short skirt, and hanging on to Chapel Bill. And then after the game, best line of the year. Somebody wrote, "Oh, Chapel Bill is finding coaching college students is harder than dating them."
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy.
Isn't that great? Coaching college students is harder than dating them. Let's go to the Mickey Finn's offensive line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Alan, you are
Hey, Miss Betty.
this morning.
Say that again.
Let me start with South Carolina since I'm a Gamecock.
All right.
A
All right.
Gamecock or whatever. Mike Shula is not coaching pro football. He's coaching college students which are wanting to go pro.
Yeah.
To get to pros, you got to show the pros that you got the talent to get there. And then when you get there, the pros will train you and teach you their way. And unless Mike Shula I wish he would get fired today because he is making Linares stay in the pocket and not do his job. Linares has got to do his job and not the pro job to even get drafted.
Yeah.
And Mike Shula needs to go. He is not a college coach, just like the North Carolina coach is not a college coach.
Right.
Now let me get to Clemson, since that's my daughter's diehard team.
Right. Okay.
Clemson not only is not good in offense, because look at the start of the game. They don't do nothing at the start of their games. They have to wait till the second half, and then they don't do nothing.
Well, they did score. They did score on their Betty. Calm down for a minute. They did score on their first possession. They were down 10-0 before they touched the football. Then they scored, but then after that they didn't do much until late in the game. They kept turning the damn ball over. They kept giving it to Syracuse over and over again.
So it's not just the defense that ain't doing nothing at Clemson. It's the offense also. And let me tell you another thing. Both, if Dabo and Beamer can't see this, Dabo ain't going nowhere because his contract don't end in 2030. So the Clemson people calm down on that.
He ain't going anywhere. Right. But Clemson did outgain Syracuse 503 yards to 424. So they got almost 100 yards more of offense than did Syracuse, but the defense can't stop anybody. I'm with you on the Mike Shula thing. Shula probably needs to go, and Allen might need to go.
But, Aaron, they didn't produce, and you got to produce to win the game.
Yeah, because they turned the ball over.
That's
they turned it over 4 times.
So whose fault is that? The offense.
Yeah. Well, Klubnik, he only threw 1 interception, but he did fumble, and he looked a little bit, I don't know. I don't want to say he looked rattled because he's too experienced to be rattled, but it looked like that he was unsure of himself on Saturday.
I totally agree. I don't watch the game. I listen to the game, and I'm telling you, you can learn more by listening to that game than you can by watching it.
Right. Well, he threw Klubnik.
There is something more than football going on at Clemson that meets the eye because I can't tell you what I've heard on this radio program because
Oh, okay.
it would get you off the radio if I did.
Oh, okay. Well, tell Matt during the break because we got to get to a break. But tell Matt during the break, and he can tell me, and then I'll say, ooh, I'll make a way to figure it out.
No, you ain't gonna do it because it'll get you off the air. Is what I've heard.
All right. Thank you, Betty. Appreciate the phone call.
I'll call Matt, but I do not want this put on.
Okay. Listen, we'll keep it to ourselves. Absolutely.
Okay. Love
All right,
ya.
Betty. Love you too, darling. 843-407-5812. That's 843-407-5812 is the Mickey Finn's offensive line number if you'd like to get in. If you've got a story or two, if you got an opinion, we want to hear it right now. Because in the next hour, we're going to get to the coaches and the quarterbacks. Find out what really is going on in their heads. Because right now, it sure ain't football. It don't seem like it's football. Back on it. Isn't that a great line, though? Coaching students, college students, is harder than dating them. Back in a moment.
Whether you're pushing limits at the gym, competing on the field, or simply living an active lifestyle, your body works hard every day. At the Body Mechanic in Florence, sports massage isn't just for pro athletes, it's for everybody. We loosen tight muscles, improve flexibility, boost recovery, and help prevent injuries, so you can perform at your best at any age. But it's not all high intensity. Our Swedish relaxation massage melts away tension, calms the mind, and releases stress so you leave feeling balanced and recharged. I'm owner and therapist Chad Patterson. I'm a former NCAA Division I athlete with extensive training in sports massage and clinical massage therapy. So you're in expert hands. Whether you need to power up or wind down, I've got you covered. Check out The Body Mechanic today at www.thebodymechanic.studio. That's www.thebodymechanic.studio and see what services could benefit you. The Body Mechanic, because a good set of hands can fix anything.
Community broadcasters, Pepsi of Florence, Palmetto Mining, and Lee's Tire and Auto salute our first responders of the PD. We thank our police, sheriff's deputies, firefighters, and EMTs. Join us along with White Swan Cleaners, Big A Auto Sales, Venus Restaurant and Catering, and Darlington Chainsaw in honoring these great men and women by nominating them for our First Responders Call to Courage. Head on over to scfirstresponders.com and fill out the form. We will be recognizing 8 first responders on 99.3 The Cat with Palmer in the morning. While others run from dangerous situations, these first responders run toward the danger to help us. We encourage you to go to scfirstresponders.com and nominate a local hero. Your business can join us in recognizing these first responders. Call us today at 843-678-9393 and ask for Wayne. Go to scfirstresponders.com now and nominate a first responder today.
Unleash power. Drive the legend. Right now at Florence Toyota. Lease the 2025 Toyota Tundra for just $399 a month. Built to conquer. Styled to impress. Whether you're hauling gear or chasing adventure, the Tundra delivers unmatched capability and comfort. Shop 24/7 at FlorenceToyota.com or come see us at 2300 West Palmetto Street in Florence. See dealer for all details.
Hi, this is James Fisher.
And I'm Chuck Lawson. Friday nights were made for the Florence High School Game of the Week.
On 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Sponsored by Galloway Auto Glass, Stoughton Minor Dowling Funeral Home, Adams Metal Building Supply, and Rivals, a store divided.
The Florence Friday Night Game of the Week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Gamecock and Tiger fans, stop by KJ's Markets. Scan the code on the Gatorade display and register for your chance to win. KJ's Markets and Gatorade are giving away pairs of tickets to USC and Clemson home games all season long. College football fans, it's the best time of year, and Gatorade wants you to be in the middle of all the action. Stop by your local participating KJ's Markets. Scan the code on the Gatorade display and register for your chance to win USC or Clemson football tickets. Do you want to play a great quality golf course in our area? Fox Creek Golf Club is the best value in the PD. Come play around at Fox Creek and see for yourself. You won't be disappointed. Fox Creek Golf Club, minutes from Florence, Hartsville, and Sumter. Book your tee time today. Broken fence? Or do you need a brand new one? For reliable fence installation and repair, call or text 843-615-7015. Again, that's 843-615-7015. Quality fences done right the first time.
Notion. That's an interesting rumor, MJ.
Yeah, that's
we're not going to, like Miss Betty said, that would get us in trouble.
Get us in some
but
serious
that's an
trouble.
interesting rumor. That could be true.
Well, I mean, it could be
I'm
true.
not going to say that it is, but it could be.
I mean, there could be
That's
Smurfs on the moon. You never know. I mean,
hey, that's a very plausible explanation, if you will. So, hey, did you watch WrestlePalooza Saturday night?
No, I didn't.
Son of a... I wanted to. I was actually trying to. And this bull jive about, WrestlePalooza on ESPN. It was not on ESPN. It wasn't even on ESPN Plus. College football was on ESPN. But if you went to ESPN Plus and clicked on WrestlePalooza, you had to either be a subscriber to Spectrum, which is the worst communications company in the world, Hulu, and some of these other fringe outlets, streaming services, and you had to pay for it.
Yeah, on top of that, because you still had to pay your $30 a month.
Right. So I put out, I've got HTC cable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got the sports tier on HTC cable, which is an extra $7 or something a month on top of your normal cable bill, right?
Right.
The sports tier gives me USA. But if you don't buy the sports tier, you can't get USA, which is some kind of sports channel now. All right. Yeah. So I pay the extra money to get USA, which is what? SmackDown is on USA, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So then I have a subscription to Peacock, which gives you all of the PLEs, right?
Well, up until a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Supposedly gives you access to the premium live events with WWE.
Can't call it pay-per-view anymore.
Right. It's not pay-per-view anymore. It's premium live events. All right. I also have a subscription to Netflix, which is where Monday Night Raw is on, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now they've got this deal with ESPN, and they even promoted it all day long on ESPN.
Oh, God.
College football.
You aren't even kidding. I mean, it was even
Friday.
Friday, all the damn interview shows. There was a WWE personality on, Superstar. I guess we still have to call him that.
Superstar, right. Superstar.
On every single interview, debate, whatever show was on ESPN. Oh, no. There's CM Punk. There's Seth Rollins all afternoon on Friday.
Yeah. Well, they showed during college football Triple H arriving at the arena, and they followed him in, and blah, blah, blah. Tonight on ESPN, WrestlePalooza. Blah, 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 blah. There was no WrestlePalooza on ESPN. You had to buy the WrestlePalooza on ESPN. Now, I don't even think it was on the Ocho.
Yeah, it was on.
I put ESPN 9.
ESPN, the app.
Yeah, the app. But you had to buy it. It was not on ESPN. College football was on ESPN last night. There was no WrestlePalooza on ESPN. They were lying to America. They were lying. Not only was it not on ESPN, it was not on ESPN Plus, which I pay for. I got a subscription to ESPN Plus.
Now, do you pay the $11.99 or the $30 version?
I have no idea, but I've got a subscription to ESPN Plus. And then on top of that, they wanted me to pay another fee to watch it on my cable outfit. I want somebody from the FCC. Of course, cable's not under the purview of the FCC.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want somebody to bring up charges on ESPN for false advertising.
Well,
because they were saying that WrestlePalooza was on ESPN, and it was not on ESPN.
You're begging the wrong agency. It's the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission.
Well, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to bring charges against the mouse, Mickey, for lying to the public. Because WrestlePalooza was not on ESPN. It was on one of their silly-ass apps that you have to pay for. And I already pay for all their other stuff.
Which is ironically called ESPN.
Right. Well, I mean, WWE and ESPN want me to pay even more than I already pay. I pay for Netflix. I pay for Peacock. I pay for ESPN Plus. I pay my cable bill with the sports tier on it, so I can watch. And I'm done with all of them now. I'm serious. I'm dead. I am seriously considering saying F Peacock, F ESPN Plus. The problem is I can't because it's my job. If I didn't have to do this and watch ESPN Plus for all the other games or the ACC network and the SEC network, which are owned by ESPN, and I pay extra for, and they now want me to pay even more to watch one more episode. Pretty soon, I guess NBC and WWE are going to make me pay extra to watch Saturday night's main event, right?
Well, if that becomes the case, then I'm just going to plunk down a couple extra dollars to HBO Max and watch all the AEW I can stand.
I just can't believe that the WWE, after all that they charge us for on the other networks, hey, you got to God bless the Savannah Bananas. They're on about 14 different networks too, but guess what? You don't have to pay to watch them.
They ain't charging you to watch them.
They're not charging you to watch their games on the CW and on TNT Sports and on ESPN and on Peacock and all these other, that they're not charging you for it.
Imagine delighting your event's guest senses with unique, tantalizing food. That's what PD Catering can do for your event. With mouth-watering meal options, they offer exceptional service, unforgettable food, affordable prices for any occasion. PD Catering offers more fresh meal combinations than you ever thought possible, from prime rib dinners, steak and lobster, to sausage or chicken biscuits, pancakes or waffles, cold-cut sandwiches, salads, barbecue, and many other entrees. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner covered. Whether it's a holiday office party, a wedding, or business meeting, their desire is to perfectly and affordably satisfy customers' needs for any occasion, from any party sizes of 20 to 1,000. You can trust PD Catering for exceptional service and exceptional food. Contact Tammy Hicks at 843-519-1036 or at pdcatering.com for contact information and their great customer reviews. Once again, contact Tammy Hicks at 843-519-1036 or at pdcatering.com.
Friday, October 10th, join Youth Mentors of the PD at their charity golf tournament at the Traces Golf Club. All proceeds benefit the local Youth Mentors of the PD, formerly Big Brothers Big Sisters, dedicated to helping hundreds of single-parent children across the PD area. The four-man Captain's Choice Tournament includes a complimentary lunch at 12 noon and a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Cost is just $75 a player and includes green fee and cart. Prizes will be awarded for the first, second, and third place teams. So please mark your calendar for Friday, October 10th to support the Youth Mentors of the PD Charity Golf Tournament and their mission of helping hundreds of single-parent children in the PD area. Special thanks to the tournament's medallion sponsor, Palmetto Glass. For more information or to register your team, call 843-662-7081. That's 843-662-7081. Youth Mentors of the PD Charity Golf Tournament, Friday, October 10th at the Traces Golf Club.
Community Broadcasters is proud to be your local radio source. However, we're more than just a voice of the airwaves. We're a one-stop shop for total advertising solutions.
Yes, we broadcast your message to loyal listeners, but we also take your brand beyond the dial. Want to reach people where they scroll, stream, and surf? We've got you covered.
Digital ads? Absolutely. Social marketing? You bet. Streaming platforms, targeted campaigns, real-time metrics. That too. Whether you're reaching across town or across the world, we can help place your message directly in front of your ideal audience.
With passion, impact, and results. So why settle for less when you can amplify your message everywhere? Let community broadcasters help you broadcast bigger and advertise smarter.
It's your voice, your reach, one platform with endless possibilities. Email us at communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. That's communityconnect@combroadcasters.com. Or call us at 843-678-9393. We're Community Broadcasters. It's more than just a catchy name.
Trust DPM Property Maintenance for professional landscape design and installs on new and existing properties, commercial and residential. From irrigation system installs and upgrades to stunning outdoor lighting and audio, DPM prioritizes quality over quantity. They never rush through a job, making sure it's done right the first time, every time. Call Tyler Davison today at 843-617-2038 for your free estimate. Find them on Facebook at Davison Property Maintenance, LLC. DPM Davison Property Maintenance, bringing your vision to life with trust and quality.
Family vacation time, and you're all set to go.
John, ready? I talked to the neighbors about picking up our mail. The Avery son will water the grass. The car had the oil changed and tire pressure checked. The thermostat is slightly higher. Everything is packed, and the kids and our luggage are now waiting in the car. Ready?
But what about Carolina@Zaves.com? What deals will we be missing this Friday at 10 a.m.?
Kids, out of the car.
Don't worry, week after week, there will be plenty of great deals available. So feel free to take that family vacation. Log on to carolinasaves.com.
From the Florence Toyota Studios, home of the Press Box with Alan Smothers, WOLH Florence, 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Still worked up over that thing, man.
A 4-minute therapy session.
Yeah. We were talking about what do you call it? Dynamic pricing.
Just those two. I'm serious when I say it. Just those two words make me want to go commit felony.
That just, I mean, WWE should figure this mess out.
Well, they don't care as long as they're making the money.
Right. They obviously don't care that I'm paying for 3 different platforms. When did that become a part of our vernacular anyway? Platforms.
About 2019.
I'm paying for 3 different platforms that they're on, and now they want me to pay for a 4th just so I can see one event. One event. They want me to pay for a 4th platform.
I'm dying to see what the ESPN app, what happens to it after football season.
I will never do that. I will never buy direct to consumer ESPN.
Because you're talking.
If it's not on my cable, I ain't watching it.
Legitimately, I wonder after football season how many people are willing to pay $30 a month.
It infuriates, man. You were talking about the premium or dynamic pricing.
Yeah,
for tickets to go to events. Yeah, I was telling MJ, I was going to go to see NC State basketball. The men and women are playing a doubleheader in October in my town, in Greensboro, my hometown. They're going to play at the Greensboro Coliseum, and they're going to play a back-to-back doubleheader. The women are playing Maryland. The men are playing South Carolina, playing Lamont Paris's team. Now, these are exhibition games. They don't count. They're not real games. I mean, they'll play them like they're real games, so you'll get to see your favorite players in the whole 9 yards, but they probably won't be playing, at 100%, trying not to get hurt before the season starts. So they're exhibition games. And I went on looking for tickets. Some Deal Dash or StubHub or whatever the hell the damn ticket things where you had to go. Ticketmaster. You had to go to Ticketmaster to get tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only tickets that were available on Ticketmaster were upstairs in the corners where you could barely see what the hell's going on anyway. You know how much they wanted for those damn tickets?
You told me, and I about plopped a brick right here in the
I
middle of the
almost fell out of
studio.
my chair. For 2 exhibition games, they want $159.
Not a game.
Not a game.
An exhibition game.
Exhibition game. I went, I ain't paying no $159 damn dollars to watch an exhibition game. And Ticketmaster probably got half of it.
Yes.
The schools weren't going to get no $159. I almost choked when I saw that.
That is $78.50, I think. $78.50 a game.
Yeah. For an exhibition game. Not a real game. Not a real game, no. An exhibition game.
See,
not an NCAA tournament game.
Right. That's where I was about to go. It's like, if this was the ACC tournament, okay. But this is a preseason game.
Right. Game don't even count. Game that the players are probably going to go half speed in. I just wanted to see my team, my girls and my guys.
But who cares about us, Alan? We don't make enough money to matter.
Hell no. $159 for an exhibition. Yeah, you stupid. What do you think I am? How stupid do you think I am?
Obviously, they think you're very stupid. If
It must be. They must think I'm really, really stupid. But guess what? I am buy no ticket.
I was about to say, you didn't pay for it, so
I didn't go.
You're smarter than the person who did.
Yeah. Well, if I go, I'm going to go to the game and buy a ticket outside for about $15.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. Hey, PD Insurance Agency. Speaking of saving money, auto, home, commercial, small business, and trucking. With insurance rates on the rise, you want to save some money? Call Ryan Miller, 843-954-0530. That's 843-954-0530 for PD tax, payroll, and insurance. You'll save money on all of those things at pdtaxofsc.com. That's PEEDEE taxofsc.com. And if you already have a payroll provider, you're probably paying too much. Call Ryan and Kaylee and get the bad boy Bobby Shoe rates at PD Insurance Agency. PD tax, payroll, and insurance. Tell them you heard about it in the press box. All right, please. All right, we're going to get to high school football in the next hour, but I told you a story in the first hour about how weird things were for me on Friday night. After I gathered myself, after I got my wits back about me, I think I did a decent job calling the game, and it was a good game. Lake City and East Clarendon ended up being a really good game. Lake City got its first victory of the season, first official victory for Coach Estep. And even though he's been the interim head coach the past 2 years, the interim tag was taken off his title at the beginning of this year. So it was his first official victory over an undefeated East Clarendon team who played really well. So that was a well-played game. Fairly well officiated game too. We haven't had any disasters officiating wise. As I said a couple of weeks ago, I just wish the officials would keep the laundry in their pants more often.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I mean, you got to call what you got to call. I get it. If the penalty is a penalty, you call a penalty. But you don't need to call every little bitty thing. Keep it in your pants sometimes, if you know what I mean. Just keep it in your pants. All right. Asia Wilson won her 4th WNBA MVP award yesterday. So congratulations to her. And we're going to do some NASCAR and golf for you. Our buddy Tommy Two Gloves finished in the top 20 in the Champions Tour event, but not in the top 10. So it won't get him into the next event. He'll have to Tuesday qualify again. But he's 3 for 3 in Tuesday qualifying. He's won 2 of them. So he's been the number 1 guy in 2 Tuesday events. So let's see if he can keep that streak up. And South Alabama must be better than I think they are, because they just stomped all over Coastal Carolina stomped all over them.
Yes.
Coastal just stomped all over South Alabama. They must suck.
Yeah, there must. What did I say on Friday?
Yeah, they must suck. And should we finally be taking Indiana seriously? I mean, every time I say, well, surely they'll screw up this one. Kirk Cignetti keeps winning.
He's
4-0.
What did we say about Illinois? They weren't even a top 20 team.
No, I didn't think so either.
I didn't.
They were ranked, but I just
that is not the number. Even going into that game, I didn't think they were the number 9 team in the country.
No, I didn't think they were that.
Wake me up.
All that.
I'll tell you what. Wake me up when Indiana is competitive with Ohio State.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, we'll see if they're Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State ready.
Because the last time we asked this question about Indiana, they went to the Horseshoe and had a after-school special ran on them.
Well, and they didn't play any of those teams last year, did they?
They went
when they made the playoffs. They didn't play any of them.
They went to Ohio State.
Oh, they did go to Ohio.
Yeah.
That's right. That was their one loss.
That was their one loss, and it was
Ohio State.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about our teams now. Fran Brown's Syracuse squad helped Clemson into the ACC title game last year with a late win over Miami. The same group may have eliminated the Tigers from title contention before the calendar turns to October, with the Orange's 34-21 victory at Death Valley. Yes, it was in your backyard, Tigers. Clemson looked overwhelmed and unprepared from the opening snap as the Tigers fall to 1-3 overall, 0-2 in the ACC. Are they this year's Florida State?
Let's not go that far. They're still more talented than half the ACC.
You're right. Let's not get stupid.
They're Miami.
This is Clemson's first 1-3 start under Dabo Swinney. Syracuse improves to 3-1, 1-0 in the ACC. Clemson outgained Syracuse though, 503 to 424 in total yards. Quarterback Cade Klubnik completed 37 of 60 passes. They had to throw 60 passes for 363 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. It sure seemed like he threw about 9, didn't it? Running back Adam Randall had 16 carries for 130 yards. Those sound like pretty good numbers.
Yeah, again, if you look at the stats, you would have thought, and I mean the stats and nothing else, take away the turnovers.
Yeah.
And you would have thought Clemson just pounded them into powder.
And just the other opposite happened. Syracuse stomped on Clemson. Mm-hmm. Randall also caught 7 passes for 44 yards and a score. TJ Moore had 8 catches for 92 yards. Bryant Wesco had 6 catches for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. How the hell did they lose this game?
Oh, yeah, the defense.
Yeah, the defense couldn't stop anybody. Syracuse, and here's the other thing. Syracuse quarterback Steve Angeli, who completed 18 of 31 for 244 yards and 2 touchdowns, exited with a leg injury in the third quarter. So the guy that was kicking their ass got knocked out of the game in the third quarter. They brought in another guy, and he just kept kicking their ass. The Orange marched right down the field on their first possession for a touchdown. Syracuse ran 7 plays, including a 34-yard rush on the second play that was capped off with a 12-yard pass from Angeli to Justice Ross Simmons for a 7-0 lead under 4 minutes in the game. Syracuse caught Clemson off guard with an onside kick to get the ball right back after the touchdown, and Angeli completed an 8-yard pass on 4th and 2 to keep the drive alive and drove the Orange all the way down the field to the 5-yard line before Clemson's defense finally stepped up to force a 23-yard field goal that was good for a 10-0 lead before the Tigers' offense ever touched the ball. Clemson is off this week before heading to Chapel Hill to take on North Carolina next week, and the Athletic said the Tar Heels have a real good chance to win that one.
Okay, Athletic. Pump the brakes.
All right, let's hear from Dabo Swinney, who has to be pissed off.
All right, appreciate everybody. everybody being here. We are being joined now by Coach Sweeney. We'll have some opening comments on today's game, then we'll go to questions in the room. If time permits virtually, at the end we will open it up to Zoom. So, Coach, when you're ready, take it away.
Okay. Well, just congratulations to Syracuse. Hey, they earned it, won the game, and, wish those guys well the rest of the season. But obviously an incredibly disappointing outcome and start to our season. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. I mean, just a lot of pain. I've been in a lot of painful locker rooms. That was up there near the top. And man, my heart just hurts for our team and our fans. Thought our fans showed up today, did a great job, and we just didn't get it done. It's incredibly frustrating. We just can't seem to get on the same page and play complementary football. We can't seem to get it all together. We kind of work against each other. And, the first half, the D was probably as poor as I've seen. It was really poor. Very disappointing. You give up 24 points, you get in a big hole. Offense had a really good rhythm and was rolling, got 40, but we couldn't get the ball. Very limited possessions. So really frustrating first half. Obviously the surprise on side, they got, 3 points off of that. But the second half, again, just too big a hole. But the second half, the defense was awesome. I mean, they shut them down, 3 points. And obviously they got the touchdown off the fumble late in the game. But I was really proud. That was not a pleasant locker room at halftime. And then they responded. I mean, I thought they did a heck of a job in the second half, but again, we just can't seem to put it together. Offensively, a ton of yards. But, you don't get style points. You got a ton of yards. The name of the game is finishing, in the end zone through the uprights. And we just didn't do that. 263 yards and 240 yards in the first half, 263 yards in the second half, and just not enough points. That's the biggest disappointment, is the slow start, the lack of complementary football when we need to work with each other. Obviously, we had some missed opportunity. The third quarter, we missed TJ for maybe a touchdown, but certainly a huge play. And then we had a fourth down that I thought was a great call and was there, and the guard pulled a little wide. If he pulls tight like he's coached to do there, and we cover it up, that play's going, Cade's going, he might score. So just some missed opportunities there, to either tie it or take the lead when we had that chance, and we just didn't get it done. So, more offense, more first downs, more yards per rush, better third down. I didn't think either team was great, but 2 turnovers to none. And, again, the name of the game is points, and we just didn't get it done. So, I mean, it's incredibly disappointing, and it's my responsibility for us to be better. And this is not the start to our season that any of us envisioned, not what we worked for. And, man, I just hurt for the guys, but I am thankful, and I do hope that y'all notice how hard those kids fought to the last play. And there's a lot to be said for that. They love Clemson, and they love each other, and that's what'll get us through this. So the open date's coming at a good time. I mean, we're beat up emotionally and physically, but we'll rally and we'll get back to work. So, I mean, there's certainly no quit in me, and I didn't see any quit in our team or our staff down the stretch. So we'll get back to work, and again, have to reset our goals on what we still can do. And, we can't sit around and dwell on missed opportunity. We got to lock in on what we can do, and that's what I'll do. That's what our team will do, and see if we can, win a game and battle back. Still a long season ahead. Be basically an 8-game season for us at this point, and we just got to fight our tails off to find a way to win a game and create some momentum. We really haven't had any momentum to this point. Don't know anything about injuries yet. I'm sure we'll find out on a couple guys tomorrow. But I appreciate the heart of our players. I appreciate their fight and their effort to the last play. And again, congratulations to Syracuse. They earned it, we didn't, and got to be better.
All right, that's Dabo from Saturday. We'll have his Sunday night presser tomorrow and see if he.
No, we won't because he's off this week.
Oh, so they didn't do a Sunday night presser.
At least it didn't come up on Sports Talk.
Okay, well, I know they did. I thought they put them together, but maybe not. So won't have a Talking Tuesday this week. So maybe, like you said, the off week came at a good time. But did my ears deceive me? Did he say second half the defense was awesome? Did he mean they were awful?
Awesomely bad?
Surely he wasn't watching the same game if he thought the defense was awesome.
I watched
in the second half.
I saw the final touchdown that Syracuse scored. The defender had to come back 3 yards.
I think what he meant to say is the defense was awful.
Yes.
In the second half. Not awesome. Awful.
Awesomely awful.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he meant. Maybe they were awesomely awful. Because the third quarter is when the starting quarterback went out and they still scored on your ass. I mean, they get the starting quarterback went out and they still ran it up on your ass. There was nothing awesome about that defense from start to finish on Saturday. Again, I'm not a football-headed bozo. Maybe I'm wrong, but what I watched was awful, not awesome. It sucked from kickoff to the end. It sucked. The defense, that is. Now, the offense, 500 yards, 3 touchdown passes, only one. I thought they turned the ball over more than twice. But maybe 1 interception, 1 fumble. Maybe it was the Gamecocks that just kept giving the ball away. That offense was awful. I hope Beamer, we're going to hear from him when we come back. So we can take time out here. I hope when Beamer speaks, he doesn't say, "Oh, our offense was awesome." Because the offense was awful. They just kept giving the ball away. In every way imaginable, they gave it away. And Dabo saying in the second half the defense was awesome. I might have walked up to the booth and fired Tom Allen before the game was over. The defense was awful, not awesome, Dabo. Jesus. Back in a moment.
Sports this morning on the Sports Talk Media Network. Online at sportstalksc.com. Carolina Panthers win their home opener, blanking the Atlanta Falcons 30-0 at Bank of America Stadium yesterday. Bryce Young ran for a touchdown. Ryan Fitzgerald hit 3 field goals. There was also an interception returned for a score in the Panthers' victory. South Carolina defensive tackle Gabriel Brownlow-Dindy and offensive tackle Kason Henry. A couple of players to watch injury-wise this week as the Gamecocks prepare to take on Kentucky. Syracuse quarterback Steve Angeli suffered a torn Achilles tendon in the victory over Clemson on Saturday at Memorial Stadium. The Braves win their 8th straight. They beat the Tigers 6-2 yesterday at Comerica Park. Ryan Blaney holds off Josh Berry to win the NASCAR Cup race at New Hampshire. Mike Sennett, Sports Talk Media Network.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Milo's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout. Now with harder hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
We were just laughing during the break. Since Clemson's off this week, there won't be a Talking Tuesday press conference.
No.
But I would love to hear Dabo this week. After what he said last week, he'd step up to the mic and he'd be like Bernie Mac. I ain't scared of you, mother. Bring it on, Jack.
See, the other thing I brought up during the break was I wish they'd take phone calls on the Clemson Tiger Hour again.
Yeah.
Just so we can hear Larry or Ryan or whatever his name was from Greenville.
From Greenville, yeah. What was his name?
I don't even remember.
Something from Greenville. The dude from Greenville who called in and Dabo just lit into his ass.
Yeah.
We still think that was a setup, right?
Oh, absolutely. 100% a plant.
Hey, Rivals, a store divided. Since we're going from Dabo to Beamer, Store Divided is a mecca for the Gamecock and Tiger sports fans. Are like, I know you're upset. You Tigers and Gamecocks are upset. You should be. And MJ said that the Gamecocks didn't turn the ball over at all.
No, I'm looking
on
at the
Saturday. What game was I watching? Oh, it was my Wolfpack that just kept throwing the ball to Duke all night long. It was almost like C.J. Bailey didn't know what color uniform he was wearing.
Well, maybe, got to quit wearing the same color uniform as the opponent.
He just kept throwing it to the other team. I mean, I think we turned the ball over 5 times, 6 times.
Mm.
It was embarrassing. Now, a couple of times it was late in the game when we were just trying to get back in it and doing some stupid stuff. But, damn, we just kept giving it to the other team. Like here, just serving it up on a silver platter. But I watched a lot of football on Saturday. God almighty, I watched a lot of football. Because you had to watch something else while Clemson was in that lightning delay. But if you're a Gamecock or a Tiger, keep your chin up. Get on over to Rivals. Make you feel better. Get yourself a new cap, because I know you probably threw the one that you had out the window on the way home.
Well, I mean, you get you some new glassware because you probably broke a few during the game.
Yeah. Get you some new jewelry because your wife, stomped on it after, they got plenty of Gamecock and Tiger stuff to replace what you've destroyed over the last 2 weeks. All right. More merchandise is arriving every day. So you can literally go to Rivals on Trade Court in Florence across from the Cloud Fitness Center every other day and find something you've never seen before. So check it out. Like I said, everything you've destroyed the last couple of weeks, you can replace. You'll feel better about it. You need some new stuff anyway. I know you've spilled stuff all over the old stuff, and you need, to get you some new stuff. From Rivals, a store divided. All Gamecocks, all Tigers, all the time. And if they ain't got it, they probably don't make it. So you go in there and you tell them you heard about it in the press box, all right? You'll see the orange and the purple and garnet and black stripes down the backside of the building. And that's the Carolina Clemson Superstore. Rivals, a store divided. All right, let's look at what happened over in Columbia, Missouri, that is. The Mayor's Cup. Missouri running backs broke the tackles, the spirit, and the hearts of Gamecocks everywhere Saturday night at Memorial Stadium, rushing for 285 yards on 44 attempts in a 29-20 win over South Carolina. The primary culprit in the eyes of the Gamecocks was Ahmad Hardy, who had 138 yards on 22 totes. The Gamecocks defenders simply could not get Hardy, running mate Jamal Roberts, or quarterback Bo Pribula on the ground on first contact most of the night. The Tigers averaged 5.9 yards per carry. USC quarterback Lenoris Sellers nearly willed his team to victory. He kept the Gamecocks alive until the final 90 seconds, when the Tigers iced the game with a 40-yard field goal. Sellers passed for 287 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he was sacked 5 times. He had no offensive support on the ground. The Gamecocks finished with minus 9 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Now, that does include yardage lost on sacks. Plus, the offense was whistled for 9 penalties for another minus 55 yards. The Gamecocks also left 14 points out there that would have made the difference in their favor. In the first quarter, Mazeo Bennett broke wide open behind the secondary around the Missouri 7, but Sellers overthrew him. In the third quarter, the Gamecocks had a 1st and goal at the 2, but Sellers was sacked for a 13-yard loss. They eventually had to settle for a field goal. Despite the adversarial issues, the Gamecocks led 20-18 going into the fourth quarter. But they were outscored 11-0 and outgained 127-19. Their 3 fourth-quarter possessions ended with 2 punts and a turnover on downs. The Gamecocks are 2-2 overall, 0-2 in the SEC, and will host Kentucky next Saturday night. Maybe they can beat them.
Oh, my God. If they don't beat – I'm going to tell you right now, if they don't beat Kentucky, Shane should just resign.
Well, I heard, and can I we'll probably hear from Beamer after the break because I want to do something here.
Yeah, it's only 9 minutes.
Yeah. Kennard, I tell you, I mention it all the time. I probably shouldn't, but I do. I listen to Kennard for the first hour. He's on 6 o'clock. He always talks sports the first hour. Talks about his Gamecocks and talks NASCAR.
It's true, because I can hear it when
fine.
I go to the bathroom.
It's fine. I'm cool with it because he comes up with some stuff sometimes that I don't know, and I get, I'm informed because he does have some contacts.
He's a little bit more in the in crowd than we are.
He's in the in crowd than I am with the Gamecocks especially. But this morning, he told it like it was a secret or something. That he said, well, one of my sources told me that the Gamecocks don't tackle to the ground in practice. How many times have I told you that nobody does that anymore?
I was about to ask you that question, Alan. It's like, who does?
Nobody. Nobody, not at any level. Not in high school, not in college, not in the pros.
Because they might get hurt.
Right. They don't want their players to get nobody. And see, I was shocked when I was told that by coaches. And this has been several years ago that I was told that nobody tackles to the ground in practice anymore.
Well,
they call it thudding.
Thud.
They just hit one another and they don't tackle.
And
the way I look, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Say, and I don't get that because isn't it like 90%? I know, probably pulling that number up my butt, but it's a high percentage of injuries in practice are non-contact injuries.
Non-contact, yes. They step in a hole. They step on somebody's foot, twist their ankle. Yeah, that's most injuries in practice are non-contact injuries. But I've said this for years. Okay, if you don't practice dribbling a basketball, how good a ball handler can you be?
Not very.
If you don't shoot threes in practice, how good a three-point shooting team are you going to be?
Yeah.
If you don't take batting practice in practice,
you ain't gonna hit the ball.
How good a hitter are you going to be? If you don't practice tackling, how good a tackler can you be?
You can't be very good tackler.
If you don't tackle people in practice, how can you learn how to tackle? How do you learn the fundamentals? How do you learn the technique of tackling if you don't tackle in practice?
Because, you and I, we've done high school games for what now? Years, decades.
Yeah.
And how many times have we seen the kids try to make a one-arm tackle because they don't practice tackling? You're right.
They don't practice tackling. Okay, what do you see in the NFL most of the time when it comes to tackling?
Wrapping the guy up.
No. They just they
throw themselves,
they hurl themselves
right.
like a damn spear or a projectile and try to just knock the bejesus out of the ball carrier.
Yeah.
They're not wrapping him up.
Right. They used to.
Right. They used to try to wrap their arms around them and tackle them. Now they just try to just run through them or shoot themselves like an arrow at the ball carrier and knock them down. Nobody's tackling anymore. Why? Because they don't practice tackling. And Ken was like, he was saying it this morning like it was a secret that the Gamecocks don't tackle to the ground. And I texted him, Ken, nobody does anymore. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Why nobody tackles in practice anymore? Ever. Nobody. Not at any level. Nobody tackles. I don't get it. I don't know why. The coaches try to explain it to me. I said, well, how can you learn to tackle properly or effectively if you don't do it in practice? But nobody does. Nobody does it anymore. I guess that's when they go to these coaches' clinics
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing now, is that the coaches tell them, oh, no, we don't tackle in practice. No, we just don't do that. That's, somebody liable to get hurt. Can't get somebody hurt in
Star
practice.
linebacker hurt.
Yeah, God forbid, I just don't get it. I don't know why that the game has evolved to this point, but nobody tackles to the ground in practice anymore. Yeah. Ken thought it was a novel thing. I say, no, man, nobody does it. Nobody tackles in practice anymore. Nobody. I don't even know if they do it in Pee Wee League anymore.
Makes you wonder.
It's crazy. All right, who's on the Mickey Finn's offensive
We got
line?
Big Tiger on the line.
Hey, Big Tiger. Saw him over at the Darlington game the other night. What's happening, brother?
Hey, man. We got parent-teacher conference today, so I'm going in late, so I thought I'd call in.
Okay, cool.
And
what's happening?
I tell you what, man. Yeah, you're right about tackling. Hey, we used to drink water out of molded PVC pipes back in the 80s, and now they got all these fancy hydration machines on the sidelines. It's a whole different world for sure.
Whole different world.
What you were just talking about, and if you're not tackling during the week, how you gonna do that on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
I don't know. I don't get it.
But now they calling flags that used to be clean tackles. Now they calling personal fouls, roughing the whatever.
You know what I saw?
Man, that was a textbook tackle back in the day.
Exactly. You know what I saw called twice on Friday night, Big Tiger, and this may be a new thing that I haven't heard about, but the two players, and I don't remember which team it was on, but two different players got called for horse collaring, but all they did was grab the other guy's jersey. They didn't grab him by the back of the scruff of the neck or in the shoulder pads. No, they just grabbed and pulled their jersey from behind, and they were called for horse collaring. Is that? I don't know. I mean, that may be a thing.
Was it on their back or on their neck?
No. Well, yeah, they were tackling them from behind, but they were only grabbing their jersey. You know how when your guy gets by you and you grab the tail end of his shirt, or the one of them was on the sleeve of his shirt, but he tackled him from behind by his sleeve of his jersey and was called for horse collar. Yep.
Hey,
that may be a thing now.
In this day and age, it goes week to week. You see it in high school, you see it in college and the pro. It goes week to week on what's going to get called and what doesn't get called.
No, I know, and that's Coach Jordan thinks this is a thing. He says because they do it in the pros, that the colleges now do it, and because they do it in the colleges, now the high school officials do it. They all come. I mean, it's like I called it a NATO summit. It's like they all have to come together to make the call.
You can't tackle a pro quarterback below the knees, or it's a personal foul. I learned about that last night watching the game. You can't.
Yeah,
and go up below the knees. So
well, God forbid if the quarterback gets sacked and you fall on top of him. Oh my God! Oh my God! You tackled him and you fell on top of him.
Had a textbook sack, but he didn't pull up, and they called a 15-yard penalty. But I just wanted to call real quick, and I was at the game Saturday, and I think I can't speak for all Clemson fans, but I finally heard some brokenness out of our head coach after that game Saturday, and we broke, man. We broken, and I don't know what they're gonna do in this bye week, but it's coming at a good time. I think I'd rewrite the whole playbook, but if it was me, but I'm just some dude in Darlington County that loves my Tigers, and then I got home in time to watch the Gamecocks, and man, it's a tough go right now in the state of South Carolina, bad boy.
Yep, you're right about that.
And,
thank you, Big Tiger.
There don't seem to be no quick fixes, but you know what?
No.
I'll be right back there pulling for them again the week after next. and hopefully we can see a glimmer of a football team that knows how to do fundamentals. But you can't do what you don't know, like you just mentioned in your previous comment.
Yeah, you better believe it. Y'all better beat them damn cheaters now up there in Chapel Hill.
If we lose to them, whoo, boy, it's going to be rough around here.
Yeah,
it's already rough.
Dabo might retire
like a drum. I just don't see that. I don't see the fire in these. I don't see the fire in these players anymore, bad boy.
I don't see it either. Miss Betty has a theory, though. Okay, buddy. Thanks, Big Tiger. It was good to see you at Darlington last week. Big Tiger does the PA for the Darlington Purple Falcons. It was good to see him. But, yeah, Miss Betty has a theory on that, though.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp.com/score for 10% off your first month.
Hey there, landowners. Owning land is a lot of work, and we all dread the upkeep and maintenance, especially when help is hard to find.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I can help with it all. If you're tired of the runaround, call D&M Farm Service, where honesty and experience meets your land needs. I'm the handshake behind the D&M, and I'm asking you for the opportunity to earn your business.
Forestry, mulching and clearing, driveways, pond banks, bush hogging, ditching, fencing, tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding. You name it, call Mike. He's got your land covered. No job too small.
Owning land's tough, but we make it easier. Honest, reliable, and dependable service from one landowner to another. D&M Farm Services has you covered. Let D&M Farm Services be the helping hand with your land.
Call or text for free estimates and let them make your land maintenance a little easier. D&M Farm Service. Phone 843-496-0703. That's 843-496-0703.
The Monster arrives in Florence on October 4th. It's the Florence Monster Yard Sale at the Florence Center, Saturday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out. Reserve your space to sell there. Go to scmonsteryardsale.com and purchase your booth space. Whether you just have a lot of antiques, items that others want, or things collecting dust in your garage or attic, or if you have a home or retail business and want to be in this Monster Yard Sale, come and be a part of this huge event at the air-conditioned Florence Center. Get ready to make some money and show off your stuff to all of Florence. All the fun and excitement takes place Saturday, October 4th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't wait because booth space is going fast. Check out scmonsteryardsale.com and reserve your booth today. Or call 843-678-9393 for more information. You can also email monsteryardsale@commbroadcasters.com.
Looking for the perfect place to relax, play, and connect with friends? Darlington Country Club is in the heart of our community, and now's the time to join. During their special fall membership drive, enjoy exclusive savings when you join today, including up to 75% reduction in your one-time initiation fee. Whether it's their championship golf course, tennis or pickleball courts, swimming, or delicious dining, there's something for the entire family. Don't miss out on their special membership drive. Call 843-393-0236 or visit darlingtoncountryclub.com.
to wrap up hour 2. Since we're short on time here, we're going to hold Shane Beamer till the top of the hour, and I'll update you on NASCAR and golf. How about that? Ryan Blaney won Sunday's NASCAR Mobile 1 301 at New Hampshire and moves on to the round of 8. He held off Josh Berry. Berry was right there. I thought he was going to get the win, and damn it, he got nudged right at the end, and less than a second, like 0.9 seconds over fellow Ford driver Josh Berry in the opening race of the second round of the playoffs. So now Team Penske, Fords, get to move on. Now, it's been Joe Gibbs' Toyotas that were winning most of the stuff in the first round. But now in the second round, Team Penske has its group ready to roll. So Ryan Blaney moves on into the second round. Let's take a look at the Pure Insurance Champions Tour from Pebble Beach Pro-Am. It was basically a Pro-Am. They had amateurs, juniors playing with the seniors, and that's a pretty cool concept, isn't it? The juniors playing with the seniors at Pebble Beach National, and Doug Barron wins it with a 66 yesterday, 12 under par, better than Vijay Singh at 11, and Retief Goosen and Stephen Alker were both at 10 under par. Our buddy Tommy Two Gloves finished tied for 16th at 4 under par, shot a 2 under 70 yesterday. Jerry Kelly finished tied for 23rd at 2 under. Jay Haas was tied for 45th at 3 over. Chris DeMarco tied, or actually 50th at 7 over, and made the cut but did not finish. Woody Austin and Boo Weekley. They both bowed out on Sunday, but Woody Austin 5 over. Boo Weekley was 12 over after back-to-back 78s on Friday and Saturday. That's the Senior Tour or Champions Tour event. This week, they move on, so Tommy's going to, since he didn't finish in the top 10, is going to have to Tuesday qualify again, but we'll tell you about that tomorrow. John Vanderlaan won the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship on the Korn Ferry Tour. He finished at 17 under par, 3 shots better than the second place finishers. 2 of them were at 14, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce their names. Doc Redman tied for 43rd at 1 under, and Matt Neesmith tied for 59th at 1 over. Bryson Nimmer, Roberto Diaz, and William McGirt all finished, or did not finish, actually. They were cut after Friday. William McGirt must have something wrong because he shot a 79 in the first round and an 80 in the second round. Something, he's got to probably, he's hurt or something, but that's not good. So there's your golf and your NASCAR updates. Told you that Asia Wilson won her 4th WNBA MVP award. So that's pretty good. What else did happen over the weekend? Oh, Johnsonville got a big win over Lakeview on Friday night, and I get to see them this Friday night. So I'll call Ken Cribb today, see what's going on with Johnsonville and Hannah Pamplico. It will be at Johnsonville, so we'll get to see my buddy Trey Woodbury over there on Friday night. But you had the Dillon Hartsville game. Were you on that one, or you were on the game of the week?
I was doing South Florence Crestwood.
Okay. Well, Dillon 62, Hartsville 35. How entertaining must that game have been?
That was a fun game.
Woo! 62-35.
We actually beat y'all, by the way. We were off the air. I was home before you were done.
I know. Our games start at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they're never over before 10:05.
To be fair, we had a running clock in the second half.
Well, yeah. Well, South Florence was rolling it up.
Yeah.
And 62-35 at Kellytown Stadium.
No, it was in
That
Dillon.
must have been. Woo, huh?
That was
it
in
wasn't
Dillon.
Dillon. You're right. You told me they had the car chase after during the game. That was crazy. Back in a moment.
PD Catering isn't just about food. It's about creating unforgettable experiences. From holiday office parties to weddings to business meetings, their desire is to perfectly and affordably satisfy customers' needs for any occasion. They offer more fresh meal combinations than you ever thought possible. From prime rib dinners, steak and lobster, to sausage or chicken biscuits, pancakes or waffles, cold cut sandwiches, salads, barbecue, and other entrees. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner covered. From any party sizes of 20 to 1,000, PD Catering can do it. Discover the PD Catering difference and impress your guests with a menu that's uniquely yours. PD Catering. With over 30 years experience, let them serve you. Contact Tammy Hicks at 843-519-1036 and at pdcatering.com for contact information and their great customer reviews. Once again, for catering information, contact Tammy Hicks, 843-519-1036 or at pdcatering.com.
It's High Point Furniture's huge warehouse sale going on now in Florence and Sumter. They're clearing out inventory with deep discounts on sofas, sectionals, dining sets, recliners, and more. Fast local delivery and the best prices of the year. Easy approval, so hurry in. When it's gone, it's gone. Visit them at 1916 West Evans Street in Florence or 873 Broad Street in Sumter. High Point Furniture, top-notch service, unbeatable savings.
As long as we have high school football games in South Carolina, we're going to need officials, and right now we have a shortage of those. The South Carolina Football Officials Association and the South Carolina High School League need people who want to stay involved in sports and are willing to work hard. Help make a difference in lives of hundreds of kids in your community and have fun while earning some extra money, staying in shape, and expanding your network of friends. Text REF, R-E-F, to 66866 to register now or visit scfoa.net/join to receive more information.
Fox Creek Golf Club invites you to enjoy their fall special. $29 for 18 holes every Tuesday or Thursday. Play 18 holes any other day for $35. Fox Creek Golf Club is just minutes from Florence, Hartsville, and Sumter. Book your tee time today. Fox Creek Golf Club.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
What's up? This is Will I Am. I'm joining Stand Up to Cancer and Providence Health System to let you know that colon cancer affects the Black community at a higher rate. But there's hope. If you're 45 and older, go get a colon cancer screening right now because it's 91% beatable if detected early. Ask your doctor or go to providence.org/colon cancer to determine which screening option is right for you.
76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. Ask about your company's emotional health benefits. Visit heart.org/sharing.
From the Florence Toyota Studios, this is WOLH Florence, 96.3 ESPN Radio, the worldwide leader in sports.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her fingers
head gets dumb. Oh, yeah, the head gets dumb, that's for sure. Straight up 9 o'clock on this Monday morning. Beautiful sunshine as I look out the back window here at the Eastern Command Center on ESPN Radio. 96.3 FM, AM 1230, 93.7 HD2 throughout Eastern South Carolina, worldwide at thepressboxradio.com, Facebook Live, and the YouTube channel. Yeah, we're moving on up, baby. Getting them YouTubes and getting on up there. And like I told you last week, be careful. There's some crazy stuff on that YouTube now. You just stay on our channel at The Press Box Radio. The symbol at The Press Box Radio, and you'll be all right. Just tell a friend. You can go there, listen anytime you want, anywhere you want. All right? Hey, college football's here. Time to crack open the perfect game day drink. Bud Light and Neutral are your go-to beverages for every tailgate, watch party, and post-game celebration. Bud Light is crisp, refreshing, perfect for the football season. Neutral, real vodka, real juice, no added sugar, light and easy to drink on those warm Saturday afternoons. And a special shout-out to Coastal Carolina fans. Bud Light has launched a limited edition teal Chanticleer's can designed just for you. Available now at stores and bars around Myrtle Beach, as well as at Brooks Stadium. The new can is just what you need to show off your Chanticleer pride while you watch the game. Bud Light Neutral, the official taste of college football Saturdays. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. Everything in moderation. Pick yours up. Bud Light Neutral, that is. At Mickey Finn's one-stop party shop on the Pamplico Highway on Gashua, near 5 Points, or the Warehouse Superstore out by Buc-ee's off I-95. Tell them you heard about it in the press box, because we are, well, along with Southern Crown partners and Mickey Finn's teammates for life. I was telling MJ, my game at Lake City on Friday night was a weird one. I told you the story in the first hour if you just tuned in. My stats guy had a heart attack right there in the booth. But praise God, he is supposedly going to be all right. They were texting with him on Saturday morning. Said his chest was hurting real bad from all the pumping the CPR people did. But I'll say again, if you just tuned in, for Lake City Fire and Rescue, Lake City school people, and Lake City fans, God bless all of you for being there. And they were just as cool and helpful as they could be. So that was a good. Whew, it was weird to say the least, MJ. It was just I've never experienced anything like it. But the game was good. It was a good game, and the final, by the way, was 22-14, not 20-14. Corn had it wrong. The Flomo has it wrong this morning. It was 22-14 because they got a safety in the last minute of the game to make it 22-14. Lake City got a first win of the season, and Coach Estep and Coach Cornelius, both of them were awesome. And I know my guys are going to be awesome this week because I know Ken Cribb and I know Trey Woodbury. So those guys are awesome. That'll be our game. What is your game on Friday night, MJ? The only team in town is Wilson, isn't it?
Nope, nobody's in town this week.
That's right. Nobody's in town. Wilson's going over to Hartsville, right?
Yeah, Wilson's going over to Hartsville, which is why
you're not going to do that game since Hartsville's already on. What are you doing?
I will be doing Wilson and Hartsville.
What?
For Hartsville. Because we're on a bye.
Yeah, but what's the game of the week? Or are you going to be off this week?
We're going to be off this week.
Oh, that's right, because Dave's son married this week?
Next week.
That's next week. Oh, okay. So no game of the week this week.
No game of the week this week, no.
All right. Well, my game of the week is Hannah Pamplico at Johnsonville. And the folks at Johnsonville always treat us right. So looking forward to getting over there. And like I said, seeing my good buddy Trey Woodbury and Ken Cribb. So I'll be talking to them later today. But I was telling MJ during the break, the officials, I know, listen, it's the hardest job. There's 3 teams on the field all the time. People don't keep that in mind. There are always 3 teams on the field. There's the 2 teams that are playing the game and the officials. All right? Now, I described it a couple of times on Friday night as a NATO summit where they all have to come together to get one call. Now, a couple of times there were multiple flags thrown on the same play. So I can see, you're bringing all your guys together. Okay, what'd you see? What'd you see? What'd you see? If there's 3 flags. But you don't have to do it on every single play, every single penalty. You don't need to have a summit. You don't need to have a conference. Because that's why our games, MJ said you were home before my game was over, right?
Yes.
See, our games start at 7 o'clock, too, or 7:05. Your game starts at 7:30.
Yes.
Now, MJ did say they had a running clock in the second half.
We did have a running clock, yes.
Now, we haven't had one of those yet this year. We've had some pretty good games. We've had, defensive struggles. We've had offensive, shootouts. And we said on Friday night that the week before, it was all out, it was a pitcher's duel, literally. I mean, nobody could score on anybody. No offense whatsoever. The defense is dominated. Well, this week, they moved the ball up and down the damn field, but nobody could score. They were, between the 20s, they were gangbusters. But nobody could score. So that we still had a low-scoring game into the fourth quarter, but there was a lot of offense. But the officials, on one particular play, now I watched it back. Now I know, pulling out one play is, an anomaly. It's an outlier, all right? But one particular play, Lake City's driving, actually for the winning score. This was on the winning drive. It was 1st and 15 because they had gotten a false start penalty. Well, the next play was, or before they snapped the ball, it was another false start penalty. Official comes over, rolls the arms, false start, moves it back 5 yards. So it's 1st and 20 now. Well, next thing you know, before they snapped the ball, they picked up the ball and they moved it back to the original line of scrimmage, which meant there was a 10-yard makeup somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the official never said a word, didn't indicate anything, didn't do it. So when I watched the film back, he had when he rolled his arms, false start on the offense, moved it back 5 yards, 1st and 20. Another official, side judge, ran over to him, then runs and picks up the ball and moves it ahead 10 yards. So when I watched it, I'm assuming what happened was that he told the white hat, the referee, that no, it was not a false start on the offense. It was an offside on the defense. And you know why it's offside and not offsides, right, MJ?
Well, I mean, you can only be off one side.
Thank you. You got it. There's only one side you can be off of. So it is offside, not offsides. Because there's only one side you can be off of.
I'd like to see you be offside of your own team.
Right. Be off of the other side.
Yeah, be off on the other side.
No. No, there's only one side you can be off of. So it is offside, not offsides. You know me, I'm a linguist. But be that as that's my good Southern English. It's offside. So he told him it was offside on the defense, not false start on the offense. I love how, and Coach Jordan, he's old school. It's illegal procedure. That's not what they call it anymore, Coach. They call it false start, not procedure, not a procedure penalty. That's what Coach always says. That's a procedure penalty. No, Coach, it's a false start.
Although he is right. That is a bad procedure.
Yeah, it is a procedure penalty. He is correct, but they don't call it that anymore. But the white hat never said a word, never made an indication that he had screwed up the call or anything. They just moved the ball ahead 10 yards. So instead of 1st and 20, it was 1st and 10 again.
False start gave you 5 yards.
Yeah, false start gave them 5 yards. That's exactly, if you watch it on TV, that's exactly what happened. A false start gave them 5 yards positive instead of losing
that 5 yards.
5 more yards. But again, they never said a word. And I think, again, the officials sometimes, they just do things that you scratch your head. I told you last week something I've never seen before. They just walked off the field with 2 seconds left on the clock.
I believe it.
They did. They did. They just they had the NATO summit, and then they just turned around and walked off. That they didn't say a word to nobody. They had a NATO summit and turned around and just meandered off the field. They didn't run. They didn't jog. They just walked off.
2 seconds, close enough for government work.
Yeah, it was 2 seconds left on the clock, and they said, F it, we're out of here. Yeah. So, again, just stick around long enough, you'll see everything. All right, let's hear from Shane Beamer now. About 6-8 minutes. We'll try to get his opening statement. Hopefully it'll go a little long, and we'll have to hear stupid questions. Here's the head coach of the Gamecocks.
Proud of our guys and the way they came in here and competed. We expected to win this football game. Disappointed that we didn't. Just told them in the locker room, when you get outrushed 285 to -9, you're not going to win. When you are in the red zone like we were and went backwards, it's going to be hard to win. When you have, once again, 14 penalties, it's going to be hard to win. When you have opportunities to make plays and we don't get it done, it's going to be hard to win. And having said all that, we had the lead going into the fourth quarter, and we weren't able to finish. I thought our defense did a good job of stopping them and getting the ball back for us. Credit that kicker. I know he's their backup kicker after the starter got hurt. We disappointed to give up an explosive run on first down when they got in plus territory, but then we stopped them on 3 plays, forced the field goal. Credit that guy coming in as a backup kicker and making that. But not enough good to win the game, but got the lead going into the fourth quarter, and we weren't able to finish, which is disappointing. Injury-wise, obviously we had a lot of them tonight. Kaysen got hurt on the first play. DQ had a little bit of a quad contusion that flared up in pregame warmups, and City couldn't go. And then we had some guys get banged up during the game. Questions?
Shane, 14 penalties. I mean, as a coach going into next week, how do you work on that? Is it just a one at a time, or say it's one bad night and just got to get through it?
I think it's hard to say it's one bad night when we've had the number of pre-snap penalties that we've had. And it wasn't just the offense tonight, David. It was the offense. It was the special teams not snapping a ball because we couldn't hear, kicking a ball out of bounds. I mean, those are pre-snap penalties too. So the definition of insanity is continue to do the same thing over and over again. So when you have 14 penalties on the road, something's got to change, starting with me.
Shane, along with that, with the missed tackles, just how much of a backbreaker is that in this type of game, especially on that go-ahead touchdown?
Yeah, just really, really, really disappointing. I mean, we've said it all week. You got to get 11 hats to the ball on this guy and tackle him and to give them credit. I mean, when you run for 285, you run for 285, but a lot of those are because of missed tackles or losing leverage or whatever it might be. So all 11, we all 11 got to get there.
Yeah. Shane, with some of the stuff on offense is like really good and some really bad. Some of those sacks seem like Lenore's probably hung on the ball too long. What do you say to him when you got to kind of toe that line with him doing something spectacular, but
Yeah, you got to get rid of the ball, and that's what I told him. I mean, he's made a ton of plays for us, obviously, but some of those things, it's not there. You got to throw it away, and he knows that.
Jordan, aside from just the sacks and negative plays, what do you kind of pin it on? Not the -7 rushing yards.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the tape. We, too many sacks, negative plays, but we didn't gain a lot either, so got to look at it.
Trevon Ball, was he? I saw him on the exercise bike. Was he hurt?
Yeah, he was banged up a little bit. He's kind of had a nagging injury this week, and he was available, but he wasn't 100%.
At halftime, it seemed like everything was going wrong, and you still had a lead. I mean, what was kind of the vibe of your guys coming out of the break and then getting that stop in the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean that's what I told them at halftime is you're on the road in the SEC. We've not played good enough football at the half, but we're right where we need to be. We needed to get off to a good start. We I think it was scoreless at the end of the first quarter, maybe, or we were right there. And then you go to the half. You feel pretty good about things, and that's what I told our guys, that at halftime I didn't think they could cover our receivers because we had made a lot of plays in the passing game, and I didn't. And I felt like we would be able to continue to throw the ball downfield and get that running game going because of the threat of our receivers and passing game downfield. And we and that was the vibe at halftime, that defense, you're going out there first, let's get a stop, but we're right where we need to be, and we got to go play better in the second half. But we felt good about it because it was one of those, we haven't played great, and here we are. Just imagine if we can clean all this stuff up and go do that. And then, you get out there in the third quarter, and we started the second half the way we needed to, and then we just didn't finish. And that's what, is sickening, is you look at the second to last drive on offense after the defense stopped them when we got the ball back. I mean, it was 3 plays, and there's opportunities there to make plays. We ran the quarterback counter into the boundary, and we don't block the corner or the safety, and which is just, it can't happen. And then second down, I think we throw a ball down the field and we stop running. And then third down, we got a guy wide open across the middle, and we're not able to connect. So we talked about it. I mean, when Kansas came here, Kansas in the fourth quarter, they had a drive and they had opportunities to make plays, and there was a third down over on the visiting team sideline where they got a guy wide open, and I don't mean to knock the Kansas guy, but they didn't convert. And we showed the players that tape on Tuesday morning, that when you're on the road in the SEC, you've got to make plays, offense, defense, and special teams, and we did not make enough plays tonight.
Shane, specifically with the sack Lenore's took on first and goal there, I know you guys got 3 on that possession, but just how much of a momentum killer is that when you guys are right there, not able to get in Missouri, obviously?
Yeah, that's hard, Jack. That was the one we were in the little play action, right? The I formation. Yeah, I mean, it's just every team in America runs it. We know you're going to get man coverage down there. Typically, that's what they play. We had a little, big personnel group where play that everybody in America runs. What John Gruden used to call Spider 2 wide banana or whatever. I mean, it's this corner route, fullback in the flat, and then we had a little mesh concept for man coverage, and it's a bang play, and it's there or it's not, and if it's not, we got to get rid of the ball, and you got 3 more plays because I'm probably going to go for it on fourth down because of where we were, and that's what just can't, that's what we can't do.
Shane, you mentioned that when stuff kind of keeps, heaping like this, you guys have something to change. How easy is it to do that within a week, to try to get it all fixed before the next game?
It's a challenge, but that's what we get paid to do. You got to be able to. We got to look at everything, schematically, personnel, everything that we're doing. I mean, we've unfortunately we've been here before, and we're 2-2. We're a third of the way through the regular season. We're not where we need to be right now. We're coming back home on Saturday night for another SEC game. We need to get better this week, and that's all you can do is sit here and look at where you can be better at and continue to attack that and work. We're a third of the way through. We've been a team that's always gotten better as the season goes, and confident that this year will be no different. And nobody thought we'd be sitting here 2-2, and we know the schedule doesn't get any easier, but at the same time, there's so many, to be to have so many things that aren't winning football tonight and still have the lead going into the fourth quarter is one of those where you think, okay, if we can just continue to get better and clean a lot of this stuff up, then we got a chance to be the team that we thought we were going to be.
Yeah. With the lack of success running the ball, I mean, I'm sure there's not just a simple fix, or else you probably haven't figured out. But is there any way to explain how it was what it was tonight?
No, I mean, I think Jordan just asked on how do you explain the rushing yardage with the sacks and all that, and I said, I don't know, I have to look at the tape.
What made Hardy such a great running back with this? I mean, what is it, just second effort drive?
Runs hard, yeah, I mean, he's a big back. He's got really good contact balance, and you watch anybody, whether it's Central Arkansas or Kansas or Louisiana, he's got really good contact balance, and he can break tackles, and he runs physical. I mean, he was the Sun Belt Freshman of the Year last year for a reason. He's been a great addition to them in the portal, and obviously they've got a good offensive line, and we've got to continue to do things to we're going to see other really good backs this season as well. And we're starting with Kentucky next week. This guy's a really good one, and we're going to see other ones obviously.
All right, Shane Beamer sounds very discouraged. And he's right. They had 285 rushing yards. We had -9. Not a good combination for winning.
No, when your leading rusher didn't even get a first down in final total.
Wow.
Oops.
Yeah. 14 penalties and -9 yards rushing. Not a good combination. Back in a moment.
This Panther Update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
Panthers break through for their first win of the season, beating Atlanta in the home opener 30-0. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season, and that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
Panthers' first victory of the season comes against an NFC South foe, happens during the home opener, and it was a lopsided one, 30-0 over the Falcons. Bryce Young didn't have to do a lot of throwing, 121 yards in the air, but he also ran for a 4-yard touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard, the lone setback. Here's the snap, play action. Young looking for room to run. Flush to the outside. He's got the corner. He's got the 5, the 2, in for the touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard led in the rushing department with 17 carries, 73 yards. Teteroa McMillan, 3 catches, 48 yards receiving. Ryan Fitzgerald, the rookie kicker, 3 of 3 on field goals, including a 57-yarder. Meanwhile, of course, the defense pitching that shutout. Shaw Smith-Wade in the third quarter with a pick 6 for Carolina.
Panics the snap, looking right, now checks down left. Oh, yeah! Intercepted by Damani Richardson, who walks it in for a touchdown. Now Shaw Smith-Wade.
Mike Jackson also with an interception for the Panthers. It's both teams now with 1-2 records. Panthers next play at New England. I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther Update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte. Built for a top-tier city. The difference is Charlotte. UNC Charlotte.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves Morning Update. Presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves complete the sweep over the Tigers. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network Morning Update.
Get clean car happy all season long at Tidal Wave with exclusive membership discounts, giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information.
The Braves bats came alive in the Motor City. They topped the Tigers 6-2 in Game 3 of the 3-game set in the Motor City. The Braves have now won 8 straight games. They have sweeps in each of their last 2 series, and their road schedule is complete. Ha-Sung Kim with the home run on Sunday. He had 2 of them in the series, and Spencer Strider, another solid performance. 5 innings, no earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. They return home now. 6 games left in the season. They will all be across the street at Truist Park. Chris Sale gets the nod on Monday. He's 5-5, has a 2.35 ERA and 150 strikeouts. Mackenzie Gore going for the Nationals. He's 5-14, has a 4 flat ERA and 182 strikeouts. 4 leadoff show across the Braves radio network coming your way at 6-5 Central. First pitch against those Nationals, 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central, and of course you can hear all of the action right here on the Braves radio network.
I'm Brent, and I've been on Nutrafol for almost 5 years now. I like Nutrafol because it was a hair growth supplement that was completely drug-free. After 3 months, my hair got stronger and thicker, which gave a huge boost to my social life. I mean, it was life-changing, to be honest.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com/men. That's Nutrafol.com/MEN. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. Real customers were compensated to share their stories.
It's crazy how bands over the years evolve. You got your metal bands, right? Your heavy metal and your hair bands, and you got your pop rock stuff. But how do you define Queen?
Arena rock.
Is that how you do arena rock? Because I mean, they had the anthems, and they had Fat Bottom Girls, and then another one, Bites the Dust. I mean, it's like the Kinks. The Kinks,
Yeah.
Lola and Come Dancing. How can you put those two together?
No,
How about Dr. Hook? Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
See, I always
where they had
consider him more like blues and R&B.
Dr. Hook?
Yeah, bluesy rock.
Oh, Dr. Hook. Listen, nobody loves Dr. Hook more than I do. I mean, just about everything they've done. I mean, cover of the Rolling Stone and When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman. I mean, you just don't put those together, right? I mean,
Not supposed to.
I mean, they don't sound like the same group. I guess the Beatles were a little bit, and maybe the Rolling Stones a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones, Satisfaction.
They had a psychedelic version of their career.
Right. I mean, there's just, I get it, evolution of bands, but that's crazy. Like Dr. Hook, I love everything they've done. Sylvia's Mother, was that what's called?
Sounds right.
Yeah, Sylvia's Mother. And like I said, the cover of, when I was a kid, on the cover of the Rolling Stone was like the coolest song ever. I mean, I couldn't get enough of it.
That's kind of considered more folk rock, though. Cover the Rolling Stone.
Right. But then they did When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman, and then what else did they? It's like I said, Sylvia's Mother, and they did what was another one that I liked?
This is the problem with trying to put everything and everyone into nice, neat little boxes. Yes.
Right. It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, but when you like it, I mean, another one, John Prine.
John Prine, yeah.
John Prine was a genius. He was an absolute genius. A lot of people out there going, who the hell is John Prine? John Prine was a genius. Look him up. Google him. Because John Prine was absolutely fabulous.
When you're done Googling Kirk Signetti.
Yeah, Google him. All right. I'm just on a little tangent there. Because another one bites the dust does not match what Queen normally is.
You think about it, though. I mean, you had, like, they go from Led Zeppelin type fantasy rock.
Hard rock.
And then you get hard rock in there.
Pop rock.
Yeah, and then it's kind of the Cadbury thing, and then they go back to rock, and then it's kind of like soft rock at the end. You're just like,
yeah. What? I mean, it's like you said, it's just hard to believe they did the same thing. All right.
Yes.
North Carolina, the Cheetahs, Chapel Bill. It says, people are talking about, Chapel Bill's was saying, he if he decides to go back to the NFL, it's just $1 million now.
Right.
He can buy his contract out for $1 million. Now the Tar Heels are thinking, what the hell did we do?
$1 million? There you go. Here's the check.
No,
he owes them.
They don't get out for $1 million. He gets out for $1 million. His contract is fully vested.
No, you know what that means.
Fully involved, if you will.
There will be chance in the third quarter of the game against Clemson. Write the check. Write the check.
In other words, North Carolina owes Belichick at least $30 million over the next 3 years. $30 million. Says this is a nice way of saying North Carolina is going to have little chance to fire Belichick anytime soon. That's why Dabo, you Tiger fans, Dabo ain't going anywhere. If Dabo loses every single game for the rest of this year, he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, look, if you're hell-bent on getting rid of Dabo, you better start them bake sales right now.
Right. His buyout is $60 million. Now, I know Texas A&M bought Jimbo out for $70.
Y'all ain't Texas A&M.
But you ain't Texas. You ain't got oil wells to pull from. So don't get upset with Dabo. Just say, hey, it's an outlier. And I'm already hearing it. I'm already hearing from the national pundits saying that, Dabo's no NIL deal thing. He said he was going to quit.
Yeah.
If players started getting paid, and then saying, well, he ain't going into the transfer portal. It's coming back to bite him. Stop it.
See, that's the whole thing, ain't it? It's up until this season, Dabo needs to go into the transfer portal.
Right.
Well, Dabo goes into the transfer portal. Oh, he didn't go into the transfer portal enough.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's today's
He didn't go
excuse.
deep enough into the transfer portal.
Yeah, he's not going deep enough into the transfer portal. He needs to do what Syracuse did and let 10 players, because this is the Athletic wrote a glowing article about this. Let 10 players leave because get your money, and you could just go into the transfer portal and replace them like that. Don't you know that? Oh, wait. Colorado tried that. How many playoff appearances have they made?
Mm-hmm. Well, I did read that in the Athletic that, Dabo said he was going to quit if we started paying players.
Yeah.
And where did I read? Hold on. I've got it here in the stack of stuff somewhere. Oh, no. Well, I can't find it right now, but it did say at the very bottom of the list.
Yes.
That, Dabo, now you said you're going to stop, going to quit coaching if we're going to start paying players. Maybe your fans will say good riddance, something to that effect. Ain't nobody saying good riddance to Dabo. Even if Dabo goes on another rant next week and saying, I ain't scared of you mother bleepers. Yeah, I mean, nobody's firing Dabo, and Dabo ain't going anywhere. All right? Listen, it happens.
I mean,
NC State, I'm an NC State fan, and I was fooled into believing last year that we were a playoff team. And what happened? We ended up with a losing record. It happens.
Even, I'm sure Nick Saban somewhere had a bad record. I think first year at Alabama it was bad.
Well, yeah, first year at Alabama was bad. It was bad with the Miami Dolphins. He was bad with the Dolphins.
But, I mean, I'm sure at Michigan State and LSU, he's had bad years.
But that's, again, stop it with Dabo going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm a little.
If they lose all the rest of the games, you guys are just going to be mad and have to suck it up because he ain't going anywhere. His buyout is $60 million.
If they stuck with him after 5 in a row, they ain't one bad season ain't going to send him packing.
Well, I mean, there was a difference, though, then that they lost 5 in a row to the Gamecocks, but they were still winning ACC championships.
Even still, I still remember. We got phone calls left, right, and center. 5 in a row. You got to go.
Well, remember Billy D?
Yeah.
God bless him. He said, if we lose twice to them bastards, he's got to go.
Yep.
We lose 2 in a row to them, he's got to go. But no, he's not, because he's winning titles. And when Dabo said this, I raised my hand. Who will sign up for 8 of the next 10 ACC championships?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, please. 8 of the next 10 ACC championships. If Dave Doran wins 8 of the next 10 ACC championships, he can stay till he's 100.
He will become the governor of North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. I'd vote for him for governor. Problem is, we ain't even been to the championship game.
Well, I mean,
ever. Think about that, Tigers. We ain't ever been to the ACC championship game.
There's got to be what? Maybe 5 teams that could scoff at what Dabo has to say, like Ohio State, Alabama, those teams. But there are 130-something others that would kill for the consistency.
Yeah.
I mean, just 8, consistently 9 wins, consistent 10 wins. They would kill for that.
Oh, no question. But, again, when you win as much as Dabo has won, it makes your fan base
little entitled.
Little entitled, right. A little entitled. Oh, you mean we hadn't won it in a couple of years? What? We hadn't won a national championship in 3 years? What the hell's going on around here?
Yeah, you up there with Ohio State and Alabama. I mean, think about it. Ohio State fans wanted to fire their coach, and he's consistently winning 10 games until he won the national championship last year.
Right. He didn't even play for the Big Ten championship last year.
Right.
And they won the whole thing.
I mean, the man won 10 games last year. We were still sitting here going, well, if he don't win the national championship, he still could get fired.
Right. I don't think Ryan Day's all that great a coach, though.
I'm
sorry.
He's not.
Again, I'm not a football guy, so I may be totally wrong.
He seems like a smoke and mirrors type of dude.
Yeah, he just doesn't seem like. I mean, that colored beard of his.
It's disturbing.
And he can tell me he don't. Yeah, it is. He can say he doesn't color it, but that's a lie. Just like Mike Krzyzewski said, he never colored his hair.
Yeah. Bro, you literally look like the Just for Men front box.
Right, he does. He's the Just for Men spokesman. I mean, that thing, that thing is a little disturbing, but I just don't think he's all that great a coach. He's just getting great players. How many times have you heard me say, and I said it to Chuck Jordan on Friday night, I said, Coach Jordan, tell me if I'm not right. Coach D'Antoni used to always say to me, great coaches do not make great players. Great players make great coaches. And Ryan Day's just got a hell of a run of great players.
No, he proves my point that there are, I would say, Ohio State, Texas, and Alabama. You could honestly put anybody in at head coach. You're always going to get the best players.
Right. They should get the best players. No question. Well, back to Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Chapel Bill. I told you the best line I've seen says Bill Belichick's finding out that coaching college students is easier than dating them or isn't as easy as dating them. And then the next one said, because they showed a picture of him standing next to Jordan on the field. It said Belichick's running a daycare while trying to coach a college football team.
How many? And this is a dead serious question.
It's hilarious.
How many of the wives and girlfriends of the coaches are on the field?
Oh my God!
Before the game?
No, none of them. Before the game. Yes, this was before the game. Not after the game when you're celebrating or consoling.
Half the time I don't even see them after the game.
This was before the game. She was wearing her knee-high boots with stiletto heels and a little mini skirt and whispering in Bill's ear. There was a meme showing, it says, can I have some money for the concession stand? I mean, it's becoming a joke, a bigger joke. It's always been a joke.
Yeah.
But it's becoming, now that he's getting his ass whipped by Central.
Well, that's
it's a better joke.
And that's the thing, ain't it? It's sitting there and you're like, okay, but Bill, you've had 3 opportunities to shut everybody up. 2 of them, you got your butt handed to you.
Yeah, well, they're 2-2, but they beat Charlotte and Richmond.
They
beat Charlotte
powerhouses
and Richmond.
there, boys.
Yeah, boy. Charlotte and Richmond, a 1AA team.
Powerhouses.
The two power conference teams they've played, and I don't even know that UCF can be considered in a power conference.
They're in the Big 12.
They're in the Big 12 now, I know, but still, they've gotten their asses handed to them in both of the Power 5. Not just gotten beat, 4 touchdowns or worse beat. Now, my Wolfpack, I can't say nothing. We got beat by Duke on Saturday, so. All right, we're going to do some other college and high school scores when we come back.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey there, landowners. Owning land is a lot of work, and we all dread the upkeep and maintenance, especially when help is hard to find.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I can help with it all. If you're tired of the runaround, call D&M Farm Service, where honesty and experience meets your land needs. I'm the handshake behind the D&M, and I'm asking you for the opportunity to earn your business.
Forestry, mulching and clearing, driveways, pond banks, bush hogging, ditching, fencing, tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding. You name it, call Mike. He's got your land covered. No job too small.
Owning land's tough, but we make it easier. Honest, reliable, and dependable service. From one landowner to another, D&M Farm Services has you covered. Let D&M Farm Services be the helping hand with your land.
Call or text for free estimates and let them make your land maintenance a little easier. D&M Farm Service. Phone 843-496-0703. That's 843-496-0703.
Friday, October 10th, join Youth Mentors of the PD at their charity golf tournament at the Traces Golf Club. All proceeds benefit the local Youth Mentors of the PD, formerly Big Brothers Big Sisters, dedicated to helping hundreds of single-parent children across the PD area. The four-man Captain's Choice tournament includes a complimentary lunch at 12 noon and a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Cost is just $75 a player and includes green fee and cart. Prizes will be awarded for the first, second, and third place teams. So please mark your calendar for Friday, October 10th to support the Youth Mentors of the PD Charity Golf Tournament and their mission of helping hundreds of single-parent children in the PD area. Special thanks to the tournament's medallion sponsor, Palmetto Glass. For more information or to register your team, call 843-662-7081. That's 843-662-7081. Youth Mentors of the PD Charity Golf Tournament, Friday, October 10th at the Traces Golf Club.
Hi, this is James Fisher.
And I'm Chuck Lawson. Friday nights were made for the Florence High School Game of the Week.
On 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Sponsored by Galloway Auto Glass, Stoughton Minor Dowling Funeral Home, Adams Metal Building Supply, and Rivals, a store divided.
The Florence Friday Night Game of the Week on 96.3 ESPN Radio.
No matter how tough these games get, your Atlanta Braves are reminding the league what it means to play for their fans.
Swung on, slice the other way. That's going to get down for a base hit. 2-run single to left by Drake Baldwin. 8-4 Atlanta.
Tonight, the final homestand of the season starts with a battle of division foes as the Braves take on the Washington Nationals at Truist Park.
Atlanta Braves baseball here on Florence and the PD's 96.3 ESPN Radio.
Dirty Sweeten, you're my girl. Back and better than ever. Only a few minutes left, so that'll give me just a time enough to give you an update on our press box prep pigskin picks. I whipped you this week, MJ. I whipped you, but you're still kicking my tail for the season. I was 19-7. You were 17-9. So you lead me now by 3. 83-46. I'm 80-49. But we got Scotts Branch, Cross, and Lee Central games right. We both missed Chesterfield, losing to McBee. How about McBee?
Yeah.
Getting the job done. You got to give it to them. They were kicking tail. What was this? I can't find it. My scores now. McBee 35-14 over Chesterfield. Chesterfield's really good this year. Latta, I got Carver's Bay. You picked Hannah Pamplico, but I would have picked Hannah Pamplico were they at home, but they were at the Bears. So we both missed Lakeview beating Johnsonville. Ken Cribb's team must be better than we think.
You going to find
Give
out
it
this
to
week?
him. Yeah, I'll find out this week. Johnsonville and Hannah Pamplico is my game. Lamar beat North Central. Cheraw got blowed out by River Bluff. Why did I do that? Of course, Cheraw's been ranked most of the year.
Yeah.
Andrews lost to Waccamaw. We both missed that one. We both missed East Clarendon because they were undefeated and Lake City was winless. But Lake City played very good, and congratulations to the Panthers for a big win. We both got Mullins, Kingstree, and Marlboro. I had Conway beating Aner. You missed that one.
Yeah.
Loris blowed out Socastee. They're running clock in that one. Darlington lost to Lower Richland. I didn't know what Lower Richland had. Sumter, James Island, Irmo, and Carolina Forest, all winners. We all got those. We both missed Hartsville at Dillon. And that must have been a hell of a game. 62-35. I mean, I would have loved to have been at that game. And we both got Wilson and South Florence, but I got West Florence beating Lugoff Elgin.
Usually West struggles against Lugoff Elgin. Don't matter where they play him. So.
And you were 16-4 in the college games. I was 14-6. So you now lead me by 2 in the college picks. I'm 55-25. You're 57-23. I missed Michigan State. You got SC. We both missed Illinois beating Indiana. So the Hoosiers must be for real. We both won the Apple Cup and the Uncivil War.
Yeah, platypus, baby.
That's right. Notre Dame beating Purdue. We got Central beating the Cheaters.
Yep.
Both of us. Georgia Tech over Temple. Miami beat Florida. SMU lost to TCU. And we both had SMU.
SMU, take a knee. Take a knee.
Yeah, get out of here. Virginia did take care of Stanford. Oklahoma beat Auburn. We both got that one. We both lost NC State and Duke. Sons of bitches. Presbyterian beat Bluefield 76-3. 76-3.
Presbyterian must be good.
That's 11 touchdowns, damn it. Mercer beat the Citadel 38-0. We both got those right. We both got William and Mary over Charleston Southern 34-7. South Florida and Virginia Tech as Division I's beat 1AAs. You missed because you picked South Carolina State. I don't get that one. South Alabama, you picked Coastal. I picked South Alabama. We both missed Clemson. Beating Syracuse. No, you had to be now 15-5.
Yeah, because I had Clemson.
Yeah, that's right. You picked Clemson. So you were 15-5. So you're only one game better than me now. And South Carolina lost to Missouri.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
I can't believe they're moving the team to another city.
True, but you'll never forget all the joy they brought into your life.
Joy? They made the playoffs twice in 50 years.
Gosh, those 2 times were pretty great, weren't they?
How would I know? I wasn't even born yet.
Just think of all the free time you'll have on game days.
Those games were the highlight of my week.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tried to cook a simple breakfast this morning? Burned the bacon, undercooked the eggs,
And now your smoke alarm is filing a complaint? Yeah, it's time to leave it to the pros. Start your day the tasty way at Venus Restaurant and Catering. We're serving up sizzling bacon, fluffy pancakes, and hearty home-cooked meals made fresh every morning. At Venus, we serve comfort food with a creative twist. Whether you come in for breakfast or lunch, it's always fast, fresh, and satisfying. Planning an event? Let us cater it. We can handle any event, big or small, fancy or casual. You tell us what you want, and we'll bring the flavor to you. Let us take the stress off your plate. Fuel your day the Venus way, where every bite feels like home. We also want to thank everyone for letting us serve you with love since 1977. Venus Restaurant and Catering is serving up smiles Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Hey everybody, it's Matt from Game Day in the Carolinas. Jump on the tailgate with Woody and me every Saturday morning, 10 to noon, right here on ESPN Radio 96.3 FM. We'll get your weekend sports started out right.
Sponsored by Tim's Auto Pro, CRW Insurance, Daniel Wealth Management, Jones Chevrolet, Piggly Wiggly, Frazier Tire Service, and FTC.
Family vacation time, and you're all set to go.
John, ready? I talked to the neighbors about picking up our mail. The Avery sun will water the grass. The car had the oil changed and tire pressure checked. The thermostat is slightly higher. Everything is packed, and the kids and our luggage are now waiting in the car. Ready?
But what about CarolinaThieves.com? What deals will we be missing this Friday at 10 a.m.?
Kids, out of the car.
Don't worry, week after week, there will be plenty of great deals available. So feel free to take that family vacation. Log on to CarolinaSaves.com. Do you want to play a great quality golf course in our area? Fox Creek Golf Club is the best value in the PD. Come play around at Fox Creek and see for yourself. You won't be disappointed. Fox Creek Golf Club, minutes from Florence, Hartsville, and Sumter. Book your tee time today.
If you or a member of your household served in the military and are facing financial hardship caused by COVID-19, VA has resources that can help you stay in or obtain housing. To find out more, call the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans at 877-424-3838. Veterans without access to a phone should visit their closest VA medical center. The number again is 877-424-3838.
BenefitsCheckup.org is a free website where people over 60 can see if they qualify to help pay for food, medicine, even utilities. BenefitsCheckup.org helped me get $1,200 a year in benefits. Maybe it can help you.
Back for the 2-minute drill. And MJ's right. We had a big upset. I think Korn said the king was dethroned on Friday night. Oceanside Collegiate knocked off Dutch Fork 24-20.
Must be recruiting good down there this year.
Yeah, Oceanside's recruiting their tails off now. Get better than Dutch Fork is recruiting. That's ridiculous.
Not as good as Irmo's recruiting.
Yeah, well,
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, well, Irmo beat Myrtle Beach, but we kind of expected that. Yeah. But how about Fountain Inn knocking off St. Joseph's? Yeah. Broome beat Powdersville 53-45. How entertaining must that game have been? And Prince Avenue Prep from Georgia beat Westside 59-34.
Stop losing these daggum teams from Georgia, y'all.
Yeah, we can't beat no teams from Georgia. And there was a big shutout. Lamar beat North Central 47-0.
Yep.
And Cross shut out Military Magnet 51-0.
Hey, we got a game right with Military Magnet.
Yeah, we got that one right. All right, MJ, we will talk to you again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. We'll hear from Tim Beck. We'll review Coastal's game. We'll take a look at all the other college football we didn't get to today because it was another bloody Saturday for the Gamecocks and the Tigers.
Yep.
And my Wolfpack. But we'll do it all over again, 7 o'clock in the morning for MJ. I'm the bad boy. Later, baby.
Broadcasting from the Florence Toyota Studios, 96.3 ESPN Radio is WOLH Florence, a community broadcaster station.
Clear as a bell.
Clinton Yates always brings the heat.
I can lead a nation with a microphone.
I am pleased to be joined by ESPN's Clinton Yates.
With a microphone.